go to the welcome to the welcome to the welcome. Now your system is low. You like, are we live? Are we even live? Welcome to the AP Morning Show. Let's go. Show. Let's go. See if I can get my cat to come over here so I can see my cat on the AP Morning Show. It's the AP Morning Show. The AP Morning Show. Yes, go. Yes, yo. Here we go. Everybody who's joining me on FB Live, if this is your first time, hell you been. I'm hanging out here with my family on Clubhouse. As you can see right now, I'm hanging out with Ayana and T. I'm making a debut appearance on FB, Ayana and T. And T, you already from FB, brother. I'm celebrating again and again and again, my friend. Thanks for coming to hang out with a brother. But like certain people, as they say, are brothers from another mother and sisters from another mister. So right now, for those that are on FB, I'm doing what they call pinging people in. That's the equivalent of like tagging a person on other lesser forms of social media. Clubhouse, y'all, I'm telling y'all gonna hear me talking about this thing until the cows literally come home. Like, not just figuratively. Yep. So, this is an amazing app. Where it's at. Got Tanisha who just joined me in the pack. Yes. See if I can hit up Marcy. See if Marcy is around. You know, sometimes I look at, on this app, everybody, what I'm doing is pinging people in. That means people that are going to be jumping in to be a part of the conversation or just hang out and listen in. Clubhouse is an app. In fact, I'm going to see if I can do a quick commercial. Clubhouse fam, hang out with me. I'm going to see if I can go through my phone and do like a whole video description in the middle of the shit. Clubhouse is this little app right here with the guy with the beautiful fro right there. His name is Money X, and he is amazing. He's a cool guitar player. You should come in here to hear him. This is an app where it's like three-way calling or like the party line on steroids. It's almost like a Facebook kind of deal. I'm gonna go to this part right here called the hallway. And right here in the hallway, as you all can see, there's like a bunch of like posts, if you will, like you would see on social media with a bunch of blocks. But those blocks right there, instead of them being text or anything like that, those are conversations, and you could drop into a conversation. It's like dropping into anybody and everybody's three-way conversation. And people are talking about everything from like, boom, you see at the top right there, the AP Morning Show, accountability partners. That's us hanging out. Right now it's about 4 people hanging out. Yeah, and then if you go below that, you'll see morning meditation. There's 301 people hanging out in there, having some meditation. They're talking, they're sharing, they're learning, they're growing together, they're networking. Daily habits of highly performers is the next. Look at all those people in there. It's about people. It's 1,028 people right now having that conversation. If I hit that, I can drop into the conversation. I'll be hanging out here in the audience like this, like my friends are right here, Ayana T, Tamika, and Tanisha. And then up here, where I am right here, that's called the stage. There'll be a whole bunch of people on the stage talking, chopping it up. This is the greatest app. All you got to do is just grab an iPhone for right now, because it just came out last April, and this thing is like exploding. The assets are in the multi-millions, and it hasn't even been released to the general public yet. It's only in beta right now. You can't even get in unless you download it, and someone else who's in it, see me raising my hand, can pull you in. So go ahead and grab an anything. Even if you grab a used device, like from Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, just for you to have for this app, you don't even have to replace your phone. Just get something for $100 that you can keep at home. So you can plug it up to your Wi-Fi and get the hell in on this Clubhouse. Bang. And what I do here, one of the 40 rooms, yes, I have 40 rooms for people that are here. I'll tell y'all some of the names of them in a few, because I would advise you to do the same. And what I mean by that is to just brainstorm. Allow your brain to flow. You don't even have to execute them all, but putting them in there puts them in a particular place. So, one of the things that I do here for my FB Live audience, every morning, Monday through Friday, I'm here 7 days a week, but Monday through Friday, I do the AP morning show. Yeah, like you see there at the top. And I've been doing this for the last 4 weeks now. We're coming up on the 4th week of the AP morning show. Been changing lives every day. 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, I do something called Quote Love is Delight. I do an emotional intelligence for men room on Wednesdays. I do a hot seat for creative branding session to help people build on Wednesdays. On Sunday mornings, I do the 5M fellowship, music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, and mantra. Oh my gosh, like we get it in over here. So if y'all see me quiet on these other platforms and there's like a little bit of crickets, that's why I'm live streaming, because I'm over here. Because you get a chance to hang out and talk to people one-on-one. So welcome everybody one more time to the AP morning show. Yes. We're here together, standing in unity as a community, doing this thing as we do it one day at a time, one line at a time. And I think it's about time to move this thing in a general direction. I'm gonna take me a gulp of this here water, this H2 to the O. And we're gonna get this thing started. Welcome. The AP on the show. The AP on the show. We stand together as accountability partners. And every day, every single day, every day around my way, it's just like any other day. The way I move love, yesterday's the way I move my day. It shows me the way to walk the narrow path, and yeah, the jealous laugh, but we moving through the battle fast. So can I get that rim shot? Hey. It's all about the song, you singing what you say. This lyricist is gone with the when I keep that hope. When all of this is gone in the end, right? And ever since the music got me open-eyed, knowing that my true colors were showing, flowing, unbelievable. This lyrics, they passing through my blood, and if you know the world needs more love, then bump your fist like this. And let your problems flow by, and understand, we gotta make the most, right? Up close, I realize it's more to life than meets the eye. These cousins close, they idolize, they never could reach the sky. You looking down on others, cousin, what you got, why? What you gonna do when you can't rely? I need love in my life to survive. Before you criticize, you gotta walk the fine line. You gotta walk the fine line. You gotta walk the fine line. And so thank you for not only walking that fine line, but finding the time to hang out with yours truly for the AP morning show. So we're gonna get this thing started. If you'd like to come up to the stage, our whole goal here is to just say good morning to you, and you too. And it's for us to just stand in accountability together. So if you want to come up to the stage so we can say good morning, by all means, raise your hand. And if not, and you would like to just hang out and keep enjoying the good vibes, you can do that too. Yes, you can do that too. Yes, you can do that too. Yes, you can do that too. You can do that too. I'm gonna read a couple quotes here. These are my original quotes, and I like to share these as morning affirmations, vibrations, positive sensations to build a nation. And so these are all on Medium, medium.com. All of these right here are writings. These are my books I'm writing, believe it or not. You get a chance to read my books while I'm writing them. Quotes too. I got a book called Jesus Was a Pretty Cool Guy. Got a book that's called Favorite Quotes, a word a day. religion/spirituality, poetry, self-care journey. Let me just say everything like that. Social media etiquette, quotes, volume 1, shenanigans and ponderings. Medium. All you got to do is download the Medium app, or you can do it if you're on a browser, laptop, or something like that. Medium is just a place for writers to store their writings. And I like you to read these because these will eventually be ebooks, audiobooks, the whole nine, but you get a chance to read them now before they come out. Look for me at Aaron Hill TV. Look for me at Aaron Hill TV. Look for me at Aaron Hill TV. Medium, as well as everywhere else. Alright, so here's a few quotes for you to get this day started. These are my originals. Let's go. Remembering that taking the time to practice loving kindness through meditation and mindfulness is a bit of a skills training. So don't look for perfection within the practice. It's similar to going to the gym, doing reps and sets, working on your form, and developing a routine where you realize that the consistency will develop you gradually. Focus on progress, not perfection. That last part is so important again and again as I invite my friend. I'm going to go to my invite section so I can see if I can invite my buddy Bryce to this app. See if I can get another, another testimonial in the moment. Had somebody come over the other day, was like, hey, here for all of this. Boom. See if I can get one today. That's going to be my new goal. One person a day. Come on, Clubhouse. Give me more than 6 invites. All right, let me see if I can invite my buddy Bryce. And while I'm doing that, once again, remember to focus on progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Focus on progress, not perfection. Instead of focusing on results during your meditation practice, look for the results in your everyday life. You should notice an increase of self-awareness, awareness of others, a more at peace, calm, and self-controlled presence, more room and empathy for others, less impulsiveness, and more thoughtfulness to all your actions. Guess what? The world may not change around you, but you will change with how you interact with the world, which is the only thing that really fucking matters, to be absolutely honest. Change you. If all of us just changed ourselves, we wouldn't have to change no one else. The work would be done. Now, we stand together in order to do that one by one in different ways. But I'm just saying. Thing is, you can't change anybody else, but you can change yourself. Yes. Gotta get it out sometimes. What's up, Doc? Doc Goins. Thanks for joining me, fam. Let's get it. Yes. I'm over here on Clubhouse hanging out. Here's another one for you all. Life is a roller coaster. It just is what it is. The question is whether you're going to experience the ups, downs, twists, and turns with your hands up, screaming in exhilaration, or balled up, cringing in fear for the whole ride. It's your choice, most times. You know, that's my thing. I'd rather flow with my hands up, holding my hands up. You know, I'm going to tell my roller coaster story today. So I used to be terrified of roller coasters. And I was tricked into going on a damn roller coaster. And I'm looking at the person right now. I'm looking right at them. I'm looking straight into my camera. have to be live at that exact friend. And I know I got close to 5,000 of them, but that one friend they can feel me looking right at them. I'm giving them the side eye. They're feeling a little bit more self-conscious than everybody else right now. Because they got me to go on this damn roller coaster and scared me to death. But I will say, it did get me over my fear though. We'll talk about that. All that and more in a few on the AP Morning Show. So just remember, it just is what it is. You decide how you're going to experience it. Here's another one. Stop caring about others' judgment. They aren't walking in your shoes. I have another one that kind of goes like that too. Goes like this. Start caring when they start wearing your shoes and buying them. I'm just saying. I'm a proud nerd. That's going to be a shirt that I actually developed. It's going to be a shirt because I have a line coming out called Proud Nerd. And so I'm a proud nerd. Yes. Here's one more meditation. Meditation allows us to hone in on our actions in an effort to be aware of beneficial and non-beneficial behaviors and ways of thinking. Things like mindfulness, equanimity, compassion, kindness, etc. helps us to move gradually toward more and more positive ethics over time. Various thoughts and urges arise, and meditation helps us to sort through and make more conscious decisions on assessing short and long-term actions. So get that meditation. And on that tip, everybody, once again, I want to welcome to the AP Morning Show. I'm ready to invite some people up to the stage. So anybody who's hanging out with me today, anybody want to come up, we're going to jump into this thing. All I want to do is say good morning to you too. Even if you're just going about your way, your day, you're sitting at your desk, starting to get ready. So if you'd like to come up to the stage, by all means, you can raise your hand and I'm going to bring you up. I like to let people have this experience in whatever way they desire. So some people desire to just kind of let this flow in the background, and some people desire to be part of the conversation. And so my goal is from 7:30 to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every day to say good morning to as many beautiful people as I can. So if you'd like to come up, by all means, you can raise your hand. And if not, keep on listening. I'm going to keep dropping some of these jewels. And also, I'm going to tell you about some things that happened yesterday and a few MLK experiences. OMG. I'll tell you about one right now. I'll tell you about, let's see, where do I want to start? Let's start with yesterday's show here, AP Morning Show. We talked about 10 things about Dr. King that you may or may not have known. Good morning, Tisdale. Thanks for hanging out, fam. I see you, bro. You double dipping, bro. You getting the 2 scoops, bro, of the ice cream. You getting that 2 scoops of goodness. You got T on FB and T on CH. Let's go. I love it. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, I'm also on live stream on Facebook Live right now. You can find me at Aaron Hill TV, and you will see. So yeah, we talked about 10 things that you may or may not have known about Dr. King. Some things like the fact that he graduated. He went to college at 15. And I didn't know that prior to a year ago. He went to college at 15. That's special to me because I went to college at 17. He graduated. He skipped the 9th grade and the 12th grade. He was just that damn good. That means something to me because I graduated high school in my 11th grade year. Did you know that did you know that the I Have a Dream speech at the Lincoln Memorial was not his first time speaking at the Lincoln Memorial. He spoke there before when he wrote his dissertation coming from Boston University in 1955. And it was called The Conceptions of God. And he was talking about the argument between Paul Tillich and Wiseman. I think it was Norman Wiseman. I could pull up the results. I'm sitting right in front of Google, but I'd rather just test my memory. Some people didn't know that his mom was slain by a bullet as well, unfortunately. And it was horrific. I don't even want to tell the story right now because it's too damn triggering. Real talk. What else? He got his BA in see, now I'm going to have to look up the notes because systematic theology, that's what it was, systematic theology. Did you know that he was jailed 30 times? 30. And that the most ridiculous time was when he was jailed for going 30 miles an hour in a 25 mile an hour lane. Yes, you heard me correctly. He got jailed for going 30 in a 25, y'all. Now, if there's not somebody who want to jump up to the stage and has something to say about that shit, oh my God. King was a powerful person. What else? Let's see, what else do I remember from this thing? I think that's about it. I think I remembered about at least 6. So that was the start of my day. And then after that, I went into a vision board experience that was phenomenal, y'all. Phenomenal. OMG. 2021 vision board experience. And I got a chance to be the tone setter by being a part of the entire event in the form of music. I was playing the piano the entire time while we did the affirmations, while we did the directions as far as the vision board, and while we actually did our vision boards, while people were doing them through this amazing virtual experience through AirMeet, which is better than Zoom. If you haven't heard it, AirMeet. I'll tell you more about it. All you gotta do is ask me. But while we're hanging out on AirMeet, we're doing this vision board thing. I'm playing the piano. It was mind blowing. Absolutely mind blowing. Then I went from there, traveled over to a star event. Now, isn't it funny how all these things I'm talking about, I literally didn't move from like several feet within the same space for all these events. Because of course, these were all virtual events. So the next event that I traveled across the world to do was an event for the Star Association. Sisters Together and Reaching. It was an amazing MLK Day event that was broadcast to hundreds on FB Live. And I was the piano serenader. I just made that shit up. I was the serenader. So I do this concept called the serenade. Like to hear? Well, all you got to do while you're listening and while you're hanging out is jump on over to my Instagram bio. All you gotta do is click on my Instagram in my bio, and then click on the bio in my Instagram. That really is what it is. From Clubhouse, again, thank y'all for hanging out. All you gotta do is click on my bio and click on Instagram, so that on Instagram, you can click on my bio. And the top link there that you see and that I'm looking at, and everybody on FB, that top link that you are looking at is a beautiful specimen called Aaron Hill. No, I'm just kidding. Really not. The top link that you can actually click on. I'm clickable too. It depends on how you do it. Or as the Bill man would say. No, that's the villain. My bad. Yeah, that top link right there. Download my new music. That's The Serenade right there. The Serenade, Volume 12. If you click on that, in fact, I'm going to keep on going so y'all can see it. Wow, look at that there. That's yours truly at a grand piano. I love playing the grand piano. Like for those looking on FB right now, behind me you see, I feel like this is The Price is Right or something. Behind me you see this fabulous keyboard, but here you see me at a grand piano. The Serenade Volume 12. You can click on your streaming service of choice: Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon, Deezer, iHeartRadio, and Napster. Who's still stealing music? Who's still stealing music? No, I'm just kidding. You can click there, add it to your favorite streaming service of choice, and you will see this serenade that I'm talking about that I did yesterday. And so I got a chance to serenade the good people, and it was OMG good. I played my soul happy. I recorded it too. So if you want to see that, all you got to do is look at my FB today. Go on my FB page on my YouTube at Aaron Hill TV, and you will see. And then last but certainly not least, OMG, I got a chance to enjoy. Let me see if I can ping her in. See if I can pull in Pamela. Pamela Allen had, let's see. Pamela Allen, there she is. Look. Now I'm gonna put her face here so that way if she doesn't come in, you'll know who I'm looking for. She had an amazing event yesterday with her university, and it was a poetry slam for MLK. I got a chance to experience this and listen into some great poetry, and more exclusively for some people that actually mean something to me. Those would be the good brother Eric Harrison and Coco Lorraine Vera, one of my BFFF in life. And so hopefully we can chop it up about that today. In fact, I see the good brother Eric in the audience right now. Eric, if anybody else who wants to come up to say hey, by all means, you know how to put the wave up. Yes. Tamika is here. Eric Harrison is here. And for those that are here on FB, I'm going to show you how this thing works. So people can raise their hand. And what that means is they go from a listening experience where they're just hanging out and this is like their background radio show, to being a part of this experience, similar to a call-in talk radio show. But we're just having a conversation on the phone. So I'm going to invite up to the stage Tamika and Tanisha and Eric. I don't have to say nice to meet you to Eric because Eric's my homie at this point. And so now everybody's hanging out together. So on that tip, everybody, first of all, open up your microphones. Let's say good morning. Good morning, fam. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Grand rising, grand rising. Whew, we're here today, family. Another day of accountability. Oh, I'm so excited. As always, we're coming off of an experience. We're coming off of a day. We're coming off of times where we are letting freedom continue to ring. We're letting freedom ring. We're letting it ring one person at a time. And all of us have dreams. So what I appreciate, here was another fun fact. See, this is why I like testing my memory. Because I like being able to let my mind flow until it reaches back and grabs other things. And now I lost it. It'll come back. But there was so many things about this dream. All of us have a dream. And today we're letting freedom ring. Here was the fact. Did you know that besides besides Martin Luther King, George Washington is the only other American who has a national holiday around his birthday. So King, other than that, Washington. That was another fun fact that I did not know, and I was so glad to learn. So on that tip, we're gonna get this thing started. Start saying some good mornings to some good people. So everybody, open up your microphones. Let's say a good morning to Tamika. Good morning, Tamika.
Good morning, Tamika.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tamika. How you doing this morning? Good morning. Yes. Tamika, how art thou this morning? How are you, Tamika?
I'm good. Just thinking a lot about this inauguration and stuff that we have coming up, but I'm good.
Yeah. Me too, Tamika. I'm trying to contain myself around it for so many reasons. I'm definitely thinking about the Tamika, usually I'm trying to keep, when it comes to orange, specifically an orange, I left mine downstairs. I got my bananas right here. But usually I'm trying to not only keep them as close as possible, but in my system. In this case, this is one orange I am glad to divorce myself from over and over and over and over again, and to inaugurate something new into my goddamn life. Tamika, OMG. Tamika, I was listening to the Steve Harvey show the other day, and I think it was Cheryl Underwood was on there, and she had an amazing segment. It was blazing. I'll put the link on my Facebook page for anybody who wants to know. I'll put it under that too. That Cheryl Underwood had a blazing segment in this. She spoke some truth on there, and it was one of those mic drop moments. But it wasn't coming from a gossiping perspective or a perspective of getting attention. She was really telling the truth like it was. And one of the things that she said that I found interesting, she was like, we should actually impeach him as many times as possible, basically, every day until this time. And this was maybe 4, I would say about 4 or 5 days ago that I listened to this. And I never heard anybody say this. So I was like, that's interesting. She's like, no, we actually can do that. And she was like, we should actually. And we should do that to make an example out of him in this way. And I thought that was interesting. But I was like, hell yeah. Because Tamika, what we just saw happen over this past week is something that it really concerns me deeply because of a little word called desensitization. And the fact that when you do certain things, they become the norm. And that scared me as soon as this orange got into the White House and started just tweeting and doing some of the most insane things. And they were shocking us, but over time the shock came down. It 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 came down. And that concerned me because of the fact that what that meant was that things that were shocking were no longer shocking. We became used to them. And even though they kind of appalled us, that appalling got less and less and less. It became the expected norm. Not only did it become the expected norm, but then a little thing happens, which is why the concept of psychological operations is so real. It was that instead of getting appalled by it, our brain started looking for it, similar to how we look for the new action movie, similar to how we look for the new juicy conversation. That's very disturbing, and we don't approve of it. We don't condone it. But at the same time, we can't help but try to think of wow, what is he going to say next? What is she going to do next? What is he going to do next? And so desensitization is something that I am I am so aware of, and I think about it because we don't need that shit to be softer. We need these damn things to be louder and louder and louder and louder and louder and louder. And we need to highlight these things and not let these things happen again. But the only way we can do that is to, in as many expressions as possible, show that we don't approve of what happened over and over and over and over. So Tamika, for all the reasons, I am trying my best to contain myself because this inauguration got me feeling all kinds of ways, and it's still dealing with all kinds of feelings, which is one of the reasons why I love holding space like this, so that we can air out and air out and air out. And even though this is not a quote unquote political show, and I don't allow for debates and all these kind of things about controversial topics, because you can go to somebody else's loud ass clubhouse room and hear people talking over each other and all that kind of bullshit. It ain't happening here. But I think we can all stand in unity on one thing, which is that the shit that happened over the past 4 years, we don't want to happen again. And we cannot allow ourselves to become desensitized to these things. They have to still shock us, which is why I don't actually watch the news as much. And it's just for that reason. I don't want this to become the normative in my head, because I want to still be motivated to do some shit about it and be shocked at the things, and that drive me to do some things that I can toward change. Because I have a dream. Tamika, I know I went off on a tangent there, but you feel me?
I do. And I think yesterday actually didn't help the situation at all.
Right.
And I have to say that's because I've always told my children that, MLK Day, a day on, not a day off. You have to give back. You have to do something. And so I tried to use yesterday as an opportunity to now explain that to my grandchildren. And they're very young. So at 5 and 2, I had to find some means of expressing it to them. So, I found some really good cartoons and educational things. But in watching them with them, I'm like, wow, we're still living this.
Right.
Like, we haven't come anywhere.
Right.
And it was like, the things that they're talking about and the things that we're seeing, and I'm trying to explain to them, I'm like, was it better or worse this year, or this past year? So that's really crazy. And, I'm like, so yes, in thinking about that and thinking about the inauguration and all this to come, I mean, yes, it's great that, we're finally free of what we've had over our head for the last 4 years.
Right.
But in the same way, it's very scary, because in the same manner that many of us have become desensitized, just as many have become empowered.
Oh my God. Keep speaking, because you're on point. Yes.
So many that, it's not like they didn't have these tendencies. It's not like, these were already their character traits. But 100. When you have a leader that is spewing this stuff, and a leader enabling you, because that's what it's been. He has enabled people to do things that we know are just not only against the law, but just inhumane.
Just plain inhumane. When I say that, see, I'm gonna be one, and again, this is me expressing my opinions, letting it be. I feel like the impeachment was actually a massaging for the fact that his ass should really just be thrown straight to fucking jail. Now, of course we need impeachment order to, but like, I think about slaps on the wrist. I think about agendas. I think about things that are made to be seen like punishments when they're really not, when agendas were really carried out. I think about things like puppet strings. I think about things like desensitization over and over and over and over through media and to a nation, which is why I stay adjacent as much as possible. But in a way where I'm standing on another damn street and not the same one. I'm looking at in it, but not really in it. Checking it out from another perspective. Tamika, I could not be with you more. Like, the thing that's why I talk about this desensitization, because I'm like, the thing about this that bothers me most is when, oh my God, when you use words specifically and strategically, like be peaceful, which actually means I condone trying to act like I don't. But I'm not actually saying go home. You know, when I think about what this woman said on TikTok, which was so profound, she was like, if you were the secretary during this time, no, don't try to act like now you don't stand for this. Don't try to act like now you're gonna resign now or you're gonna do these things. No, you were there while these things were going on. In fact, for some of you, you were literally right next to his ass when he had the damn phone and you didn't take the shit away from him. But I know it's deeper than that. But all I say for the people in the front and in the back is that, yeah, it's so much, Tamika. But this is why these conversations need to just happen and continue happening and continue happening, and for us to move from there to action. Because honestly, that's what it takes. The people.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy. You know, I take nothing away from my military career. You know,
right.
I loved it. I love the opportunities it's afforded me,
right,
during and after. But when I look at all of the events I missed in my children's lives, when I think of all the family events I missed, going to, protect democracy around the world, and it is straight up anarchy in the United States. You know, it's like, okay, you take an oath and you say you're protecting against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And what we witnessed over the last week was domestic terrorism. And I mean, I'm sorry to say, but you send us into these other countries to take out people that are doing these things. Right. That's the crazy part. But it's allowed, at the highest echelons here in the United States right now. It's unheard of.
It really is. OMG. You know, I have much respect for you for multiple reasons. You know, number one, I just know you to be such a good person and such a good energy. But I have so much respect for the way that you serve the country. I have so much respect for what you just said. And I have respect because of the fact that, unlike myself, you have even more firsthand experience behind the scenes, and in some cases, being a part of the character of the scene. And knowing these things and you having that inside look, yeah, it just really goes deep. You think about the memories missed. You think about the things that the time that you can't get back off of fighting for what? That? Like, really? Really? It took a while for me to actually, like, be tuned in and attuned and, like, understand what's going on. But once I did, I was like, God damn. It's like not being able to put the lid back on. It's like not being able to put the toothpaste back in the damn tube. That's why I'm unapologetic about how I speak and how I share. Because my intentions are there. They're all positive. But sometimes you just got to tell it like it is. And so, Tamika, like, I feel you. I feel you. My hope is that people like yourself and myself and others can just continue to band together to be a part of the voice, the conversations, the votes, the everything that needs to be heard and seen, and to make as much noise as possible peacefully and otherwise in order to be a part of what's true and what's most important. So I just want to salute you again on multiple fronts and in multiple ways for who you are, and for just your experience that really gives you an inside look in ways that others of us don't even realize. And good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. So, Tamika, how are things going for you this morning? You on your way to work or otherwise you resting today?
No, I'm here at work. That's why I couldn't come up to the stage at first. I was driving and being responsible.
Yes. I love it. Tamika, I love the fact that I love taking the time. I'm fascinated with the psychology in a number of ways. And so one of the things I like to do is just kind of envision and imagine that I'm in other people's experience so that I can see how things feel and look from another perspective. So I just imagine you just driving to work and this last week or so with, this audio coming through your system and through your phone, and I'm like, man, like I am really once again, for the umpteenth 100,000th time, I'm becoming a part of someone's life and their journey and their experience in a positive way. And I'm just so grateful for it, Tamika. I'm so, so grateful for it.
You're my timekeeper. If I hear that little thing that you're getting ready to open your phone, like, late for work. Knowing I'm supposed to be at work at 7:30, and I heard you sing when I was walking out the door this morning.
I love it, Tamika. I love it. OMG. Tamika, as always, it's good to talk to you. It's good to build with you. It's good to just have another accountability partner and have fun people that you get a chance to take this daily journey with called life. So I just want to say, as always, hey, and I appreciate you. And thanks so much for being a part of this experience.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, yeah. OMG. Good people doing good things, making great things happen. We're just rapping. And everybody that's hanging out with me, I want to say what's up again to T, Bree, Delia, the man with the voice, my homie, and Marcy. If anybody's hanging out here, would like to come up to the stage, I sure would like you to. And that's just to say good morning to you, even if you pop back. And for those that are hanging out and just listening, making this a part of the backdrop of your day, by all means, keep on hanging. Because all I'm going to do is say hey. And yes, we're continuing to do this thing. So everybody, right now, if you could, let's open up our microphones and let's say a huge good morning to Tanisha. Tanisha, good morning. Good morning. Good morning,
Tanisha. Tanisha.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Hey, Tanisha.
How you doing?
I'm doing. It's all good in the hood. I'm all good in the hood. What you doing? You driving in your car? You being safe out there? You being safe out there?
I am being safe. I am on my commute, but it's traffic, so.
Oh, this is the best.
Coasting on it.
Right. This is the best. You get to be stuck in traffic with us. You get to be stuck in traffic with us. It's so good to talk to you. Happy belated MLK Freedom Day to you and yours.
Thank you, you all.
I hope that you had a good weekend. Hope you had a good day yesterday. We just flowing in this experience. As you know, our world is going through so many different changes. We're preparing for changes. So like my deal is just like checking in with the people, making sure we good. Just being a de-stressor, a decompressor. In the midst of a day. So,
Yeah.
How you feeling today?
And I so very much appreciate it.
Yeah. So with that, how you feeling? What's on your mind?
I'm feeling good. I actually today my intention for the day is to allow myself to be gentle.
Yeah.
There's been so much going on, as you said, with the orange.
Orange, yo. Orange. Hey, look. In the 90s here, I was asking my mother if she remembered this the other day. Back in the 80s here in Baltimore, and I hate this, but I guess I'm learning to love it because it's funny as hell. Some people used to say orange like oinch. Oinch. I'm like, what the fuck is a oinch? It's like not even close, yo. But yes, orange, like that damn thing. I'm trying to. That's one orange I'm not trying to allow in my system anymore. Like other oranges, they give me vitamin C. This motherfucker gives me vitamin like stress level high. Like I don't want that shit. Anyway, my bad. As I digress, I digress.
But yeah, it's just so much going on. You know, job, being a mother, everything that I'm juggling right now.
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna be so aggressive with my day to day.
Mm.
I'm just gonna allow myself to be gentle.
Yes.
And I'm not. I just don't want to give out that much energy. Like I really don't. I'm gonna allow myself to be very gentle. Kind of take off my alpha female hat. And just kind of just chill. Like yeah.
I love that.
To be my self today because you know with what I do, sometimes I have to be very aggressive, especially being a woman of color in my field. So you know sometimes I have to be you know very stern so that way I'm not misunderstood. It requires a lot of energy, and I said, you know what, I'm just not. I'm gonna be gentle.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you literally just gotta say, today, I'm just not. Like literally. In that exact voice, like, because the way you delivered that, you didn't even struggle with. And I was literally just talking to someone about this like 2 days ago. I was like, you don't have to match the energy of the intensity that you are in front of or that is before you. You could literally just be like, I'm just not, I'm just like real talk. I'm looking for, because every time I have these conversations, things start popping out in my mind. So I'm actually searching on Facebook right now for my for a quote of mine that talks about being clear. And at some point when I find it in a few seconds, like I'm gonna read this. In fact, here's one right here. Let me see what this one is. Let me see. I use same keywords a minute. Okay, this is one. Your thoughts are in your own head, and nobody else knows how those thoughts are playing out in there but you. So stop holding others accountable for them. Don't blame others for your narratives. Take responsibility for the thoughts in your own head. And don't expect others to just read your mind. Be clear, be communicative, be helpful in helping others to understand clearly what you're saying and how you feel. But extend the same empathy and understanding to them as well. Here's the reason why. Because it takes two to tango, but it takes two to tango well. And that's from your homie Aaron Hill. So, but being clear, like you can literally just be like, you know what? I'm just not. I'm gonna take it easy actually, and I'm gonna be intentional about taking it easy. And I'm with you on that shit right there. Especially listen, this time right here, this season, anybody who made it to this day right here, 2021, through 2020, through 2020, shit, you better take a damn easy approach to it. Cause if you don't take it easy, this shit will grip you, and so I'm with you on that. I'm so with you on that. I'm so with you. What where if I could ask, one thing that you mentioned about being able to be clear and firm, and even in the words you use, stern. What field, might I ask, do you work in?
I'm a spa director.
A spa director, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I manage a spa out here in South Florida.
Yeah.
And one, there's not a lot of women of color in my field.
Right.
But two, spa is not always as calm as people think it is. It is actually so much more hectic to stay calm. There's so many things that are going on, and depending on, where you work or who you work for.
Right.
Sometimes there's so many heads on the dog.
Right.
So you have to definitely.
FB Live. I'm gonna ping some more people into this conversation.
So one moment you're going left.
Right.
They'll call you. No, we want you to go right today.
Mm.
So when you're managing so many pieces.
Right.
And I'm still a service provider. So I still do body work and everything. But yeah, between all of that and dealing with people's auras and clearing their energies and things like that, all of that can turn out to be very overwhelming.
Right.
And
right. Energy work.
I do a lot. And so aside of all of that, and like I said, my plate is fairly full. So I just decided I have to be gentle. I'm not. Today I'm just not. I don't want to be a person today.
Yeah.
I don't. I just don't want to.
Yeah, and literally that's all you got to sum it up as, right? Like I just can't. I just don't want to. Well, what we're not going to do is like all of those statements where you don't even have to go farther. It just says it within itself. Now, what I hear you speaking of so deeply, as far as energy is concerned, it's so deep. Number one, while you were talking, I started imagining like a force field around you, like this force field where you were just like, you know what? I am not allowing anything to come within this proximity right here of me. There's a space I am protecting. I am setting emotional boundaries. I like how Robert Frost put it. He said, "Good fences make good neighbors. Good fences make good neighbors." And so setting up that emotional boundary, that force field around you, that space where you're like, I'll allow you all to you situations, you emotions, you this, you that, to come up to this point, and then you stop because this area right here is for me today. I am protecting that. I am keeping that space. And if you want me to actually deal with your ass in a good way, if you know what's good for you, you better allow me that space because that's how I take care of me. And so that's what one of the deepest things I hear you saying. I want to say one other thing too, and then I want to ask you one more question. You said something deep when it comes to doing spa work and doing tuning for others and dealing with their energy. People don't realize this. Even when you are pouring into others, this is energy work. And energy work is work. And what I mean by that is, even when it's your passion, even when it's what you do, taking on people's energy like that, like hour after hour, moment after moment, day after day, that can be overwhelming. That's heavy because in order to empathize, like if you're an empath, in order to empathize with a person, and especially if you have a practice built around that, you go in, you go down, you go deep, you get all the way down with what they're dealing with. And so you take it on in order to help them. And so that's heavy lifting. So that's why I feel you on that, Tanisha. I feel you deep on that. And that's why you need that break and that space. Because we out here lifting, I'm sorry, we might not be lifting like actual construction, like lumber and shit like that. But just because you don't see our shit, that doesn't mean it's not tangible. We heavy lifting out here.
Yeah. It's and especially with body work, you're good and people knock out on you.
Right.
They become heavy as well. So it becomes physical, or it is physical and spiritual work.
Yes.
If you're really tuned with that. But something that I had to notice coming from solely being a service provider to actually managing is that one of them requires me to be very stern, very direct. It requires me to kind of put on that alpha hat. And then the other, the way that I work at my peak is in my gentle.
Right. Right.
So I started to notice that I was starting to be imbalanced. And I was like, I gotta make a shift because I'm working at this level of like this alpha female and trying to manage so much and really am. And that's me being gentle, me being nurturing, me, providing that transaction of energy and helping people clear out theirs. I can't do that in that alpha zone.
Right.
So, because I'm not working in my femininity. So it's just something I was like, you know what? I need to learn how to bring it out when I need to bring it out. But I'm going to operate in who I am, like at least 99 or 98% of the time.
Yeah.
Versus the opposite, because that definitely starts to make a change. But I don't want to go into,
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I so appreciate you for what you just said and how you even framed it. Because the only thing I could see in my mind the whole time you were saying that and is a balancing out of the scales. You know, you're tipping that scale, you're tipping those scales, that balance being the other way, so that you can do, like you said, that place that I love how you described it as you in more defined terms. Because what you were saying was that the AF hat, the alpha female is a hat, and yes, it's a part of who you are and part of who you need to be, but that's particularly for a certain circumstance. But who you are is the more gentle. Who you are is the more relaxed, the more not having to get things across by stern dissertation, but really more so by relaxation and relaxing into it and being gentle, like you said. And so I appreciate that, because anybody who's working to tip that balance beam in that other direction for that gentle side is on my side for sure. Yes, yes, yes. Tanisha, as always, I so appreciate you, and I appreciate you for making this your morning show, for being a part of this experience, and for sharing that, because your journey really helps me and it helps others who are listening.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the platform and thank you for letting me share.
Yes, yes, 100. And everybody, if you could, let's open up our microphones and let's affirm Tanisha on an amazing day today on purpose.
Have a wonderful, wonderful, peaceful day today.
Yes, yes. I felt that. I felt that.
Thank you. I did too. I was like, yes.
Woo.
Yes.
Marcy, you better come through
Thank
with
you,
that.
Marcy.
Woo. I told you. I said it yesterday. See, that's confirmation. I said, when Marcy loves you, when she affirms you, you feel that, because you feel it deeply. And there's the affirmation right there. Thank you, Marcy.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna tell you, Marcy. My ears are like, I kind of, hey, my homie Craig is here. What's up, Craig T? Thank God for hanging out. Marcy, you have. Let me tell you what your tone is like. And my ears are very sensitive. You have the reassuring tone that reminds me of like when I hear and when I first heard Queen Latifah speak. Like, it's like a reassuring tone. Like it's strong, but it's loving. At the same time, like it's like, and I didn't even mean to say, but it's strong and loving. I just want you to know that, like your tone, just the way that you speak, it really does impact. And yeah, your affirmations have felt deep, Marcy.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words.
I even felt affirming you saying that. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you. Yes, yes. And that's why, as I learn about you, Marcy, and your work, I'm like, oh, people are really, really, really fortunate, to hear your words of affirmation every day. And so everybody, on that tip, let's say a huge good morning to the brother, Eric Harrison. What's up, Eric? How's it going, fam?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
What up, fam?
Or as Tyler Perry would say, morning.
Right, good morning. Good morning. What's up, fam?
What's going on, family?
Man, you already know.
You feel like the proud papa today, brother.
You said I should feel like the proud papa?
Yeah, man.
Why is that, bro? Why is that?
You was listening last night with your chest all out. Like, they're my people, you know what I mean?
Hey, my fam right there. And look,
You know what I mean?
look, I'm gonna tell you this, Eric. I'm gonna tell you what made me most happy, bro. That like the way my Zoom like picture dropped, especially toward the end, it dropped in formation where I was right in between y'all. I'm like, yo, this is great. Like I get to have my fam on each side of me. Come on now.
That was powerful, man. That was powerful.
It really was, man. Let's tell people, man. For the people that were not there yesterday, bro, let's tell them a little bit of context about all this goodness that we're talking about, bro. You got it, man. You got it.
Okay, for sure. I'll just go from the beginning of the story. Of course, we were in this marvelous room. I think it was Thursday of last week. Talking.
Yeah.
And one of our beautiful members, Pamela, came in and she mentioned an event that she was having
right
at the university that she works at,
right.
University, and it was a poetry slam in honor of MLK,
right,
or Martin Luther King Jr. And she was looking for more people to perform, and she wanted to, really fill out the entire program.
Right.
So, man, it was awesome because Coco stepped up and just jumped on it right away.
Right.
And if you know Coco, and if she jumps in the room, you will know her.
Right.
You'll see why she's just amazing on all levels.
Right.
So then she was like, yeah, I can use some more people. And she was a little stressed.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm down. Let's do it, right? So I jumped in. And then our other member, Sanahara,
right,
who is a beautiful songstress.
Right.
She was a part of it as well, and she actually sang the opening song that we
yeah,
wanted to sing.
That was so powerful.
Exactly. So now all of the people from this room on Clubhouse actually had a hand in putting on an amazing event last night for that organization. And that's it's a long acronym. It's the BSFSAA, which is the Black Student Faculty Staff Administrators and Association. The only reason why I know that is because I'm posting it right now on my Instagram, so I ain't that smart. But man, last night it was just
it was awesome.
The words that people were saying, and just it was almost like sacred, right?
Right.
Just the reverence and the flow and the creativity and the expression. And we all were a part of it. And when I tell you, Sanahara kicked it off, off the chain, and then Coco came, and I was like shaking them up.
They did bring it though. They did bring it.
Man, and I just was happy to be a part of it. And the thing that I want to say to you, my good brother, is without you curating this space, man, it would not have happened that way.
Wow.
It just wouldn't have. And by the way, that's LT's friend, right?
Right.
That's my girl. So it's like the whole thing was curated and brought about by you, man. You planted the seeds and look at the harvest you did. So when I say proud papa, all day today, man, you need to stick your chest out on that one because I think we had a total of 70 people on Zoom.
Wow.
And man,
bro,
reviews. I'm still getting stuff today.
Man, when I tell you, first of all, bro, I mean, you're lucky we're not close to each other, bro, because I'd be bear hugging you to death, bro. Like, turn into a wrestling match and shit. Bro, I appreciate you, man. Like, real talk. Like, that's really deeply affirming to me because I'm going to tell you, man, I had no idea. Like, I had no idea, man. I really had no idea how much I had to do with that event. You know, I was so happy to just be there and to just be amongst people who I have grown to love, like in a matter of a damn week or two. And then also the amazing expressions. And I mean, it was like up to 80 people in this room at one point. I mean, in this Zoom at one point. And, but bro, I just think like it's bringing tears in my eyes, bro. Cause I had no idea what I had no idea what I had to do with that or the impact that I had on that to this level that you're speaking about. I had no idea, bro. Wow.
Man, and get this. The thing about it is, wow, man, it's just it all came from your pure expression.
Wow.
And just from you flowing and being you, and that's what this Clubhouse room is about. That's what this vibe is all about, man. And it's like, look at the beauty that came from that. Look at the power that came from that.
Right.
And just look at even the young people that was on the line. That was like, because I'm mature. I ain't old, but anyway.
Right. But, I love how you said that.
But it just was powerful, man. And you could just the vibe that was coming off that computer, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. It was like,
I do. I really do, bro. Let me tell you, for everybody that didn't get a chance to partake, I believe I'm going to actually talk to Pamela and check it out, because I'm very much about content and being able to share and create as many expressions for other people, in order to experience the goodness, and the magic. And that's why I do what I do, to capture my life like in any way that I can, because if I'm bringing about or helping to bring about a good experience, I want it to be relived as much as possible. Why? Because I believe in cloning. And what I mean by that is every piece of content that you make, it allows you to have a stake in legacy. It allows for there to be multiple expressions of you, multiple expressions of you that continues to live through and through. So this was documented. I also got a chance to capture a little bit on my QuickTime player and record at least Coco's performance by the time I got it all set up. But I want to say this. It was amazing. It was inspiring. It was deep. And Eric, you really touched me, bro, in a special way with your piece. And I was wondering that, I was wondering if before we finish this experience, I know you might be out and about maybe, but if you had it, bro, to share, like, even if it wasn't right now, more so, a little bit later or what have you, bro, I would love for you to share your piece, because I think it was powerful, and it made me feel proud to be a man. Like, and to be the kind of man that I am, with the way that you express that in the words and the meaning of the words. So I just want to applaud you, bro, on what you brought to that experience, and how what you shared was just so poignant, and it was so deeply felt, man. I love it.
Thank you. You know what? I'll share it a little bit later, because I know you like to keep it moving. I'm gonna share it a little bit later. I see my sister just jumped in the room, Coco. She probably wiping her eyes. So
right.
I'm share it a little bit later, but thank you for the opportunity, man.
Yes, sir.
And I can't thank you enough, because you remember the first time I got on here, man. I was in that New Year's kind of, I don't know. I was in a whole different state of mind, and you guys affirmed me. I felt like I had been drinking all night.
Yes, sir, fam. Yes, sir. Much love, man. Much love. And yes, by all means, it's going to be a perfect edition later on in the hour. And I want to say on that tip, welcome to the AP Morning Show. We're here together as accountability partners. This whole thing started for me 3-4 weeks ago. And guess what? My only goal was to do exactly what Tanisha just expressed, and what has been expressed by so many people from day to day in this room. And that was, it was a time to care for self. And so what I did was I said, you know what? I'm an early bird. I'm going to get back to my morning schedule like I did, because I allowed 2020 to be what I call a palm tree year. And I'm going to give you more on that in a second, because I'm going to read you a quote that I wrote about being a palm tree and what I mean in deep definition. But because I allowed myself to flow in that way, I wanted to get my schedule back in a different way. So what I decided was I want to get back up at 7 and get my day started at 7:30. So I said, you know what? I'm going to take this thing called Clubhouse. I'm going to flip it inside out from how I see other people doing it for some bullshit. Some bullshit. You know, to each bullshit their own. Just, you know. And I'm going to use it to stand in accountability for myself and for others who can relate as well to good health and good well-being and self-care and emotional intelligence and loving on yourself and kindness and loving kindness and interoception and compassion and equanimity and all these kind of things. And so this is why I never ever second guess myself, and I never doubt my actions, because my intentions speak louder than my words and my actions or inactions. My intentions are felt deeply, even when I'm not even unaware. That's why I do my best to share. So I want to thank you, Eric, again for those affirming words. And I want to say, once again, that this is what makes this experience amazing, because of people like yourself. I want to read this, and this is my palm tree philosophy. And then we're going to jump to saying good morning to Marcy. I wrote this as a part of my quote a day series that I started a couple years ago on Facebook. So this was number 6 at the time. The only consistency in life is change. Be like the palm tree and bend with the changing winds. Bending keeps you from breaking. Here's the elaboration. Change sometimes comes slowly, other times swiftly. The best thing to do is to take on the character of the palm tree. If you flow or bend with the changing winds of life, you'll be doing the only realistic thing that's key to survival. Bending absorbs the tension of change. Many say that women innately have this ability due to their natural genetic makeup, a key ingredient to birthing and nurturing. At any rate, especially when we're talking about, as many would say, the divine feminine, at any rate, any of us can benefit from this perspective or modal or modality or model of thinking. When changes happen in our society, job, home life, etc., learn to accept the fact that change many times means evolution. Though it may be rough, evolution is always geared towards giving the evolved more equipped characteristics for the next level of survival. So be a living palm tree. And on that tip, I'm going to actually put that up as my most recent Instagram post. It's already there, but you got to dig down deep in the archives to do it. So I'm going to put it up. And it's going to be my post for the day. And if you're able to, head on over to Instagram. And I guess about 5 minutes, once we're chopping it up with Marcy, I'll get it up. And just drop a line of either affirmation or confirmation or validation or any kind of Asian you want. Just let me know that you received it, that you see it. Because this, for me, even though I wrote it, even though, you know, it came up for me a couple years ago, this affirms me every time I read it. And just remember, yes, allow myself to bend. Be like the palm tree. See, the oak tree, yes, we might praise it for like how strong it, you know, it has this thing. Everything has its own individual beauty and identity and thing that makes it, you know, amazing in its own right. But when those winds get to blowing real hard, guess what? That oak tree is about to be fucked up. And the reason why is because it doesn't have the ability to bend. It just holds strong. It's just real thick and strong. And that's great until the winds get to the point where you have to bend so that you don't break. And bending doesn't mean giving in. Bending means allowing yourself to flow, allowing yourself to know what you need. It allows yourself to flow and breathe and just kind of take it at ease. Soldier. Let's get it. And so on that tip, everybody, let's say a huge good morning to Marcy. Good morning, Marcy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And if you'd like to come up to the stage, keep raising your hand.
Good morning.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on 1 second, because right before we go in, some people gonna take that hand that they have raised and keep that same hand and slap me upside my head because they didn't get a chance to say a huge good morning to Marcy. Wait a minute. Let me get everybody up here.
I was about to say.
Because we gotta let freedom ring. We gotta let freedom ring. We gotta let freedom ring. Yeah. We have.
Oh gosh, you guys just keep me going. Boy, you have no idea. I dropped my cell phone in my wonderful tub this morning.
Oh shit! Fucking around with us. Fucking around with us.
This is gonna be waiting for me. I got to get up. I got to get in here. It was about 7:05. I said, "Oh, I gotta hurry up." All this soaking, and that phone just went straight into the tub. I was listening to Sana Hara this morning, and just got to feeling so good. I done slid deep into the tub, and before I knew it, I jumped up, and the show was over. And the phone decided it was getting in the tub. Hold on now. I said, water resistant.
Right.
Water resistant. Okay.
Hey, Marcy,
We are good.
let me tell you something, Marcy. Let me tell you, when I tell you that, first of all, you have given me the biggest defragmenter I could have this morning, because laughs are defragmenters of stress. It'll break up that mucus in you, break up that stress in you. So first of all, thank you for that. Second of all, OMG. Okay, I just said about 3 days ago that I was gonna have to start doing some iPhone giveaways for people breaking their mute buttons, hitting it repeatedly in this room because so much amazing shit happens and people get to clapping and shit. But damn, like I'm gonna have to send it out sooner because Marcy, I got one in the mail for you. I'm gonna put a spare one. I'm gonna just send it out now, Marcy, because this is your favorite morning show and you can't miss this shit.
Yes. Oh my goodness! Wait, and my brother called, and I said I had to text him. I said, "Excuse me, you missed it. My phone was wet. I'm sorry. I can't be responsible for you. But when you get your iPhone, you can get on the AP Morning Show."
Yes.
Yes.
Whew. All right, I gotta do this one more time because this felt good altogether. Everybody, let's say together a huge good morning to Marcy. Good morning, Marcy. Good morning, Marcy. Good morning, Marcy. Oh,
thank you so much, guys. You guys make me feel so good. Oh my goodness.
You are loved,
you really
Marcy.
Do. You really do. Oh my goodness. I got a full day today.
Yes,
I do like Tanisha. I got a full day. I can't even decompress.
Right.
I have 7 appointments.
Oh, I know
7
that.
appointments. So
we're gonna take a moment.
And maybe I get an hour for lunch. Maybe.
Just
so my first one starts at 10.
Right.
And I got probably 45 minutes here before I just have to take a deep breath and get ready for the day. But that's okay. I have my nice warm soak. I'm here at the AP Morning Show.
Yes.
All the people I love that keep me consistent.
Yes.
And I do just want to say I appreciate you guys. Listen to this, the phone is ringing.
I hear it.
Don't even care.
They ain't got no respect.
I'm gonna just none. I'm gonna just send that one. He's done.
Yes. Hey, Marcy, they have no idea. Tiffany, I believe it was, affirmed me so much on this show the other day. She was like, this is the only show. I believe it was Tiffany. She said, this is the only show that I allow myself to come to on Clubhouse now because everything else overwhelms me. And right now, I need no more overwhelm. And I'm like, yes, this is a decompressor and a de-stressor. And that's exactly what I wanted. Marcy, this is so interesting. I got one thing I want to tell you, Marcy, that I want to give you for the course of these 7 meetings and the course of these several hours. All right. Do you have the ability to, while you're at work, at times either have something soft playing or have in-ear earbuds in, or either just something soft that you could listen to?
I do.
Okay. If you could, and if you haven't already, and this is for anybody else too who wants to follow suit, this is for you. This is for you. If you could click on, and you don't have to do it right now, but if you can click on my Instagram link and click on the top link in my Instagram bio. I'll just put it that way. It's the easy way to think about it because everybody here knows that you can go from here, click on the bio, and click the Instagram. So if you can click on my top Instagram bio link, it's my album called The Serenade, Volume 12. It's a solo piano album where yours truly just in a space like this, calm, meditative, and just playing the piano. There's a track on there called Breath of Life. It's a part of my breathing meditation series, but this is just the piano version, Breath of Life. If you have the ability to play that, Marcy, at times throughout your day, or if you need a break, I think it'll be one amazing thing that helps you get through this day in a relaxed way. And I know you already got your tools and devices, so but I want to also see if, from a perspective of actual in practice, like actual applying it right, applying the ointment right to a situation, if you actually feel an even greater sense of relief by hearing this from time to time, or sometime throughout your day. So, hey, I wanted to give you that. It's Breath of Life.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I've already clicked on the link, and I'm just waiting because when I get to about that 9:45 mark, when I have to end our call, end my call with you guys, yes, I'll go ahead and start playing it then, so I can kind of get myself in the right mindset for my day.
100%, 100%. And if you need to hear, I did a guided meditation over the same music that you're about to hear there. So if a breathing guided meditation, and it's just me talking like this, just hanging out and just helping to take a deep breath, if you or anyone else here needs that, that's also there as well. Not on that album, but it's called Breathe Deeply, Aaron Hill. And it's on my YouTube channel. And also it'll be on these other streaming platforms as well in a few days. But it's called Breathe Deeply. And the music is Breath of Life. But Breath of Life by itself is going to allow you to take a deep breath because I wrote it to the guided meditation. So I was already speaking and I wrote the music to feel like breathing. And someone even said it a couple of days ago when it was a part of the 5M experience. But anyway, yeah, Marcy, I just want to give you that gift, and everybody else here as well. Breath of Life, my first Instagram bio link, The Serenade, Volume 12. Marcy, yes, I want to stand in affirmation with you on ease, on breeze, and breezing through this, even though it's 7 and it could be some places where it gets intense or not. But I just want to know that I am with you. I'm thinking about you throughout the course of this day, and that we are with you as your accountability family.
Thank you so much. And the phone is still ringing. They don't get it.
Yes. Because if they don't know, that'll know. They will know. Right. But
I'm here. I'm here, and I am not there.
Woosah.
I am not there.
Woosah.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Marcy, it's always good to have you. And again, Marcy, thank you for your loving and affirming tone in the form of the way you speak and the way you just hold space with and for us and for all the people that you do, Marcy.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I am addicted to giving positive compliments, sharing love, and making people feel good. If you want to see what that looks like, I wish you could. All you got to do is just click on my Instagram bio. Not my Instagram bio, sorry. Click on my Instagram. And when you look at the post, you're actually going to see one of me kissing my baby girl, Aria, when she was 3. I'm just kissing her on her little sweet cheek. And that's the message that's under it. That I'm addicted to giving compliments. I'm addicted to sharing love and making people feel good. I do it for no gain other than the smile that it just puts on my face to know that I have had an effect of some sort, a positive effect in someone's life. Because all I desire to do is to be a positive ripple in the waters of humanity. And so on that tip, once again, I want to say welcome to the AP Morning Show, everybody that's with me. And I want to say hello to Kafi, who just popped in and out. I want to say hello to Abina. I want to say hello to JD. I want to say hello to T. And I want to say hello to you and to me. And so on that tip, everybody, let's say a huge good morning to Delia. Good morning, Delia. How you be, Delia?
Good morning. Good morning, Delia. How are you?
Hey.
How have you been? I've been MIA. Also, on my to-do list is buying new earphones because they broke.
Oh.
Okay.
So
I can't have like a conversation just running full on.
Right.
While dealing with my kid and everything.
Little one.
Like, oh,
How? Wait a minute. Before we get started, how are you and Luna? How y'all doing?
we're good. We had a wonderful day yesterday. We had a play date with my cousin. And she's a year older, and I got to see her be, kind and gentle and share.
Yeah.
And all those things you hope to keep up and want to retain in their character.
Right.
So that was good.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
He's 10 months, and I swear he tried to say her name.
Oh.
Yeah, he was like, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, that's so cute.
He's the only baby too, so he was just baby.
Right.
That was adorable.
You know what I think. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying that I feel grounded because because of COVID we don't see family as much,
right.
And you feel it feels so different to be off in left field, just kind of floating in your head and not feeling just the things that you used to take for granted, just being in the presence of people, and it feels so grounded. So it really took me out of my head and put me in a better place.
I love that. Let me tell you, feeling grounded is so good. It's such a good feeling. Like, so, especially when you think about kicking off a new year, new experiences, new fun things. Let me tell you, those kids, first of all, I know that they brought joy to your day, just seeing that and seeing those interactions. And let me tell you one of the things I find so funny about kids. And I remember when my daughter Ari used to do this. So kids have me tripping because they could be like 12 months. My daughter was able to talk around the time she was like 1. Really, when she was coming up on 1, she was like a little chipmunk. Like, if y'all ever want to see that, just go look at my videos on my YouTube channel, my Kinda Daily Vlog videos with Aria. OMG. But she was like talking very young. And the thing that was so funny to me was she would look at other kids that were some that were her same age and some that were a little older than her, and she would go, "Oh, look at the baby." And she'd be trying to say her name, like how you said, the baby's names and everything. And I was just like, this is so cute. You're the baby, and already you got so much life that you're trying to say this baby's name, and you're calling this baby, and you're trying to, take care of them like a baby. Like, this is so cute. So that's one of the fun things about kids,
Yeah, I ordered an early reading thing for Luna because you inspired me. I was like, oh, that's something. Luna's really good with counting.
Mm-hmm.
She's learning her colors and everything, but she really is strong with counting. And I'm like, we need to balance this out.
Yeah.
And, double down on the reading.
Which one did you get? Which course did you get? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to remember what it's called. I just started off with flashcards.
I love it.
I did see something on Instagram that I've been thinking about, and when I get that or see that, and if there are any other taller parents, I'll mention it. But I can't remember what it's called. I think I just saved it on my Instagram at the time. But yeah, I just got some flashcards that come in a little, I can't remember what it's called.
Okay.
It comes in a little suitcase, and it has flashcards and an alphabet mat and some first reading books.
Let me tell you, that's really good. I love that because one of the best ways in order for the process to really go deep is to be able to be very interactive, with your child. And that's the beautiful thing. It's like all resources are nice, and having in those resources one where it's just about you sharing, you interacting, you making it what we call in psychotherapy evocative communication. Like that's the deepest way for them to learn how to read and how to do everything. And so kudos to you on that. I used to do that with my daughter a lot. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to share with you, and I got to upload it to do it, but I created like resources for my daughter in the form of music and that kind of thing for her to actually learn. And she took part in some of them with me. She was even in the videos counting and beatboxing. My daughter was beatboxing. Like I'm not lying to y'all. And I have no idea where she even got it from. She was beatboxing at 2 years old. And I was like, what? Where did you get like what? I look like anyway. But my point is that I have that, and I'm going to share that with you. I also want to recommend something else to you too, to look up and to check out, because this is what I used for my baby girl, and it's just called Your Baby Can Read. It's just called Your Baby Can Read. And at the time they were CDs, but I'm willing to bet they're probably on YouTube where you can at least just kind of play some of them. But see what you think about that too, because that was one that really helped me. And that, along with the interactive and the evocative approach with like how you're doing and in the way I interacted, it really sealed the deal. It allowed her to get it from a left brain analytical perspective and a right brain like intuitive and creative and feeling and experiential perspective. So kudos to you on that. And anybody else who's in this experience, if you, in addition to that, have any resources or had something that for you worked for your child, or you used or you found, my most important thing when it comes to working with kids is that it be interactive and it be not only practical but experiential, because that's how we learn. We learn by experience and feeling it and getting all up in it, which is why the best way you can teach your kid how to read is to read to them. Like my mom, the power of the bedtime story, the power of the reading. My mom read to me so much. So I can't overdo that, overdose on that. I mean, overdo that, or or say that enough. Read to learn, read to learn, read to learn. And even before she is able to even fully understand anything, like and to point it out to her, show her, explain it to her as if she already does, because she will through the syntax and through all the connections, through the neural pathways that come together from experience, and how sometimes you learn about things as far as definition from experiencing it, not from an academic black and white version. So, yeah, I just wanted to just give you that.
Yeah. So my fitness journey, I'm making progress. I'm back to my healthy weight.
Yay! Clap it up, y'all. Clap it up. Clap it up. Woo!
I'm trying to, build back better. So come back with more muscle and everything so my body can work for me instead of, working for it all the time.
Delia, if you ever share, I'm sorry, if you ever share, like in the future, if you ever see fit to share like your journey or share things that help you to like help others out, just for the fact that you don't need to be qualified to share your experience. If you ever do decide, I think you should call it Build Back Better.
Yeah, for this the Biden era. We're all building back better now.
That's it.
Yeah, let's get inspired back.
That's it. From the fitness perspective, like, let's get it. Because what you just said is so powerful, especially like you said, how you got back to your weight. For many people, it's the most frustrating thing is that they've done it before. And it's like, but having someone to be to be with you and support, or just understand, or just that journey of how to not only build your back and build back, but build back. But anyway, I digress.
No, you're right. Because I think too often we think of, oh, you hit your goal weight. Congratulations, you did it. You made it. It's like, for me, I love the summertime, and every time the winter hit, I'm like, oh, it'll never be winter again.
Right.
It's normal. But it really is a lifestyle. So it's like, okay, so you've hit your goal weight. What next? Where do we go from here?
Right.
Do you want to be vegan now? Do you want to, start, some other journey, fitness journey, whatever, inches, like what you want to do? So that's true.
And just maintaining that shit.
And that conversation definitely, definitely is valid.
100%. I'm happy for you though. Congratulations. You feel lighter now, like both literally and figuratively, and I'm like, I get it. I get it. I get it.
More streamlined.
I love it.
And one thing, I think my kid might have actually taught me the power of habit, just because when you start something with a toddler, if it's your good intentions or your best intentions, whatever your intentions are, if it's just you slacking and it's a bad habit, your child will reinforce that habit
100.
for you.
100.
If you try to do better one day, that'll be a battle because, you've been letting her watch TV for this hour when you were supposed to be. So
you better speak it. You better speak it.
Those habits in relationship with your children become self-reinforcing. I think before I don't think I knew habit and its power until Lena. So I'm trying to pull it together and keep it together on the fitness front. And I think, and I'm realizing that I can start to try to take those lessons, from momhood to health to my writing, because I'm starting to realize that writing is self-care, and I'm been thinking ahead to the legacy, like, oh, I gotta finish this book for legacy, and sharing is legacy, but practicing
sharing. Wait. Sharing is legacy. Sharing is. This is what I'm doing right now.
About legacy. You just said that buzzword earlier, and I was like, yep, that's where my mind is, because the sharing is the legacy, but remember that the practice is the self-care. So whether it's being patient with yourself so that you share the best version of yourself as possible so that your legacy is pristine, or if you say, well, I'm just workshopping this for me and just doing a daily practice. Maybe
that's it.
I'm not brilliant in this moment, and maybe I won't do something inspired that's like publish worthy or in this moment, but I'm going to do my self-care.
Yes. Let me tell you, a story, a thought in the moment is always publish worthy. This is literally what I'm doing right now. I'm just sharing the thought in the moment. I'm just sharing because sharing is creating legacy. And this whole idea of it being pristine, it ain't nothing. Because here's pristine, authentic. Here's pristine, in the moment. Here's pristine, truth. Here's pristine, realness. Pristine is literally real and live and in your face and direct, because that's the thing that really impacts not only you, because that's the process, but it impacts others as well that you decide to share with. Delia, I could not appreciate you more, because the book that you're actually writing is every single moment when you share. The book, the legacy, the book is in people's mind, it's in their hearts, it's in their hands. It comes in the form, one of the forms that it comes in is this little thing that's, anywhere from 5x6, 6x, to however large this physical thing is, with the word definitions and with the word explanations back to back on these things called pages. But then it also shows up in the forms of conversations that people like myself and others that are part of a nation remember. It also shows up in the form of sharing your thought in the moment and and just writing a text and sharing with someone how you feel. Whether that someone is 1 or whether that someone is 101, because it comes through a social media platform or a situation like that. It also comes in the form of videos and hi FB family, live streams. It comes in the forms of journaling. It just comes in so many forms, because the book that we're talking about is literally the book of your life, and a life lived. For many people, they say it's not about the date that the person was born or the date that they transitioned. It's about the dash in between. The dash is the book. So Delia, I just want to salute you on that self-awareness for you and Luna too, because honestly, with that kind of mindset, you are always staying in the flow. You are always not only working to keep it together, but you're working on both sides. You're leading yourself in the front, and you're also holding up the back, and you're also standing on each side of yourself, holding up your own arms. I want to salute you and salute Luna too. And by all means, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. You know it. You know where to come to get your best. And everybody who's here once again, my friends. And speaking of friends, looking forward to introducing my next person. But before I do, I want to say hello to Amanda. Good morning. Hello to JD. Good morning. Hello to Abena. Good morning. And hello to T. Good morning. And hello to you and me. Welcome to the AP Morning Show. We are here one by one, standing in accountability with each other. And also hello to Adi. Thanks for hanging out with us. Before I jump on to this next, I'm going to say, like I say, who got next? I'm going to read a couple of my quotes. Be an asset, not an asshole. Yes, be an asset, not an asshole. Here's another one for you. I like Boars. Get it? Thanks, Maya. No matter what type of diet you adhere to, be mindful and respectful of others' diets and non-judgmental of the choices you or others make for themselves, while still respectively voicing your opinion or sharing your perspective, education, or information. I'm gonna tell you another one that kind of goes along with that I'll just say off the top. Even if something is not your cup of tea, just don't fucking drink it. If something is not your cup of tea, just don't drink it. But don't bash others for it being their cup of tea. And here's another cup of tea for you. You might not be one person's cup of tea, but you're someone else's full course meal. Yes, remember that. Here's one more for you to take with you on your way. If you feel you have something to say to quote unquote enlighten others, y'all can't see me, I'm on Facebook Live with the huge air quotes. Like I'm doing air quotes with all 4 of my fingers, not just the 2. If you feel you have something to say to quote unquote enlighten others, be inviting, not intrusive. One feels good and may allow you to be heard. The other feels terrible and will get you tuned out before you even finish your first goddamn sentence. If you don't remember anything else that I say, there's one thing that I want you to remember, and that is this little thing. That tone is everything. Tone is everything, everybody. Remember that shit. And on that tip, everybody open up your microphones. We're going to reset the room. And let's say a huge good morning to my homie, the man with the voice. Good morning, Marcellus Shapard.
Peace and blessings, my brother. Peace and blessings to each and everybody in the room. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Another day for us to be the best version of ourselves.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've been on with you, man. And I got up this morning and I was changing a tire. I was listening for a minute, then I had to hop off. And then I said, well, I still want to get on with the brother. So
yes.
I've jumped back in now, man. But all is well. Moving and shaking. I am getting ready for a pretty big callback audition this morning. So
nice.
Preparing mentally for that. Making sure that every line flows from my tongue and is delivered in a way that will impact the viewers. So, yeah, man, just hoping that everybody puts some good vibes towards that for me.
Bruh.
I would appreciate it.
One love, bro. One love. First of all, it's always good to have you, bro. Always good. Share space with you. Bro, and it's good to see you because we haven't ran into each other out here in these Clubhouse streets. But you know what that means? It's because I stay my ass in the house, bro. Like I really do. I stay my when it comes up to this, I stay my ass in the house. You can find me in here and maybe a few other places, bro. Nah, I'm with you, bro. Tell me more, bro, about this casting call. Tell me more about this, bro, because I'm excited about this, man. This callback.
Yeah, so I mean, I wish I could.
Oh, got you.
I can't put too much out
No doubt.
there. It's for a major brand, and it is a TV commercial. So
right.
So yeah,
that works.
I love growing in the commercial space. Got a couple of commercials in rotation right now.
Right.
And continually trying to add to the brand, my own brand. So
100, bro.
Yeah.
Let me say this, bro. Because we go back a few years now, man. And first of all, man, just as a good brother and just good peeps, we've held frequency together through music, through the airways and these kind of things. And I think about, yeah, bro, I appreciate your journey, and I think about all that you've done, man. First of all, I just want to salute you for all that you've done, for the years that you've done it, yes, okay, y'all hear my cat? My cat was like, yeah, he all right too, but could you let me
That
out?
was so cute.
It was so cute. I'm gonna see her shit say it again. Hey, the people didn't hear you. Hey, hey, Autumn. Okay, now she's going over the side. She want to scratch the hell out of all my shit. Okay, all right. We're just gonna do. You gotta let her be who she is. That's her chair at this point. When she comes back over, I let her say hi to y'all, and everybody's on FB. I'll show it so you all can see. Bro, you have done so much over the years, man, and I just want to first again just salute you, man, for all the work that you've done, man. You've touched so many people, man, across the world, man. So many people, man, with your voice, with your words, man, with your tone. Speaking of which, yeah, and I say that from the perspective of the tone that you've always held for me, which was, my drives home and hearing you and just hearing like, yo, I'm a person who vibes to good music, and that kind of thing. And so you've created and held space with experiences like this and others, man, for years and years and years. And I just want to applaud you and appreciate you for what you've done, man, and all the work that you do. For sure.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so with that, man, I see, where you're building in the direction of your brand, the man with the voice. I've been excited about it. I've been seeing you build it, now these past couple of years. I've been seeing the shows that you've been doing. Man, your shenanigans, OMG, bro. The fun that you have, man, the humor video, because man, I'm a goof troop. You already know that, bro.
Right.
I tell people, man, I'm like, I might be, a full-time, musician and producer and engineer, but I'm an even more full-time fool, like real talk. Like that's just who I am. And I wear that shit proudly. So fool to fool, brother. I appreciate your tomfoolery.
For me, it's always about putting out the full package of who I am so that casting directors can see that, not only does this guy have a deep voice, but he could be playful playful, he could be comical, he could be serious.
Right.
And the fact that, you know, I have all of these different personalities that live inside of me. Not to say that in a scary way, I'm not a deranged.
Right. Hey, look, bro. Hey, look.
With multiple personalities.
Here's a funny thing too, bro. Because when you that's what I was just about to say. Bro, I was just about to say with the gift, with the.
No, it's not appropriate. Inappropriate.
Right. You need to come back with something a little sexy.
Right.
You know, the women were all into it. You said that.
Hey, bro. Let me tell you something. I was.
It's all good. I got personality, so you know I can match each one. I'm telling you.
Look.
That'll be a crazy ass household, Coco. Crazy as hell.
Let me tell y'all.
Multiple personality disorder. They're all in order.
Oh my God. Let me tell y'all this. Look, I was literally just about this. Okay, my cat has finally called me one more time. Hold on, let me see if she'll speak to y'all. You want to speak to the people? I mean, they want to hear you. Don't run up. Don't walk away now. She walking me to the door like, Negro, you know what I'm asking. I'm asking you for to let my ass out. Y'all give me a second. Hang on real quick. Let me let my cat out.
Social space so that it will assist me in booking multiple jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah, that multiple personality in a crazy sense.
Bro.
If I need to get crazy, my brother can do that.
No, let me tell you, I was literally just about to say, you know me, I'm always clowning around. So I was literally about to say, like, when you said that one part, I was like, yo, I realized something. Like, when you have a gift like you do, you have the gift of a voice like that, certain things you have to clarify because it naturally just like.
Some things you just can't say.
I love it, bro. But yeah, man, you know, I've been enjoying your journey. I've been so excited about all the things that you've been doing, bro. I'm just like really, really excited. What would you say right now, out of everything that you've been working on with your brand, you know, and this is especially, you know, coming from a person who, you know, is doing the same thing alongside you, you know, brother to brother, shoulder to shoulder. What would you say in your brand is the thing that's most exciting to you? Like the particular, whether it's a particular series, whether it's a particular opportunity, whether it's a particular concept that you've been executing or want to execute. I know you got several plates, you know, I know that kind of thing. What would you say is one of the ones that's most exciting to you as you think about where it's going, or either the potential of it or the fact of how much it means to you in your heart as a person and as a figure and as a brand?
So I guess it's twofold because, you know, I've been in broadcasting now 26 years.
Right.
And though I stepped away from my daily show, I still have my syndicated show. It's a 1 hour weekly show that airs on 30 stations across the country.
Right.
And Sirius XM channel 142. That's the Cool Jazz Countdown. And so, you know, in the broadcasting world, how great it is to be able to have that humanistic touch of reaching people's ears,
right,
affecting their days, educating them, allowing them to experience something that they have never experienced before musically that truly does have an effect on them.
Right.
But then also on the acting side, I love bringing characters to life.
Yeah,
and
man.
So having the opportunity to play someone and fully embed myself into this character, into their experiences. And my goal every time I get on camera is to have an effect on someone. I want to have an effect and have them be affected by what they see, what they hear, and walk away with a feeling. And so every chance I get, and when I'm in front of the camera, it doesn't matter who I am in with the scene, I'm going to try my best to steal that scene.
Right.
And and deliver something that is going to have people walking away saying, you know what? I really like that dude. Or you know what?
Right.
He really fucked me up.
Right.
Right. You know, you're effective and affected by what I do. And so, you know, I love both mediums equally. And I just try to take advantage of every opportunity I get within them.
100%, bro. Let me tell you something. Bro, you couldn't have said it better. Effective and effective. I think about evocative communication. You know, something that they talk a lot about in my psychotherapy class. And being an evocative communicator, along with being unapologetic, oh man, you combine those two things together and you have a force of nature. And I say that in a way like, as a positive brother to positive brother, like I'm excited about that, because embodying that and having that sharp divide, I always said that. I always said this over the years. I'm like, the best thing you can have is people that, when it comes to you doing you, and the best thing you can have is people that love you for being who you are, and the people that you're not their cup of tea, can't stand you for who you are, because that's what that means, is that you're truly being your authentic self, and you're letting the chips fall where they may. Your whole deal is being effective and effective. Now, it comes in different shapes and forms. One of the things I always say is one of my first quotes that on the Aaron Hill Mug series, set to be released today. I can't wait, y'all. Can't wait. I can't wait. You're going to be drinking your tea and your coffee with us, with me. One of my favorite things to say is one of my most favorite original quotes is that the only difference between a superhero and a villain is mindset and use of power. Being effective, thanks, bro. The only difference between being a superhero and a villain is mindset and use of power. And that's why I always say, use your damn powers for good, because that's the only difference. So what I appreciate about you, bro, is that being like you say, embedded into the character, embedded into these things at a very deep level, and being unapologetic about it, because you know your deepest intention is to be true, is to be loving, is to be you. And as a person, as a brother who knows you personally and who's connected with you, man, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that aspect of your journey, because what you're really talking about is embodying from a full perspective. Because like you said, you've been on broadcast for years, so now the voice, along with the man, the image, and all that plays out in that scenario, I'm excited for you too, bro. Salute. Big salute. Big salute. Yes, everybody. And on that tip, as we come up on around 9:40, we taking this thing to 10:30. So y'all know, 50 minutes, we are going to get it in. I want to say hello and good morning to every last person that's in this room and their friends. So ping someone in. And I'm showing my Facebook audience, as I showed you all earlier. We started off, you saw me hanging with the good peeps that came in the room, and now you see that there's a bunch of peeps hanging and their friends too. So I want to say once again, thank you and welcome everybody to the AP Morning Show. We stand here as accountability partners every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 10:30. Sometimes past that if I got some extra time. It's a good day. And so speaking of good days, I want to say good day to someone who, guess what, y'all? I got some good news. In fact, I'm going to do it in the voice that the kids would do it. This shit that just gets under your skin, but it is so perfect for this opportunity. Check this out. Here's my rap. I'm going to drop this shit like this. I got to meet LT. I got to meet LT. I got to meet LT.
Don't be rubbing it in, you know.
I don't rub it in. I just share my confetti with everybody.
I don't care.
Don't care.
We're so very happy for the two of you. Congratulations.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
So excited. This is such a great moment in history.
You know what I'm saying? We just jumping out of our seats
right. I had a high school thrill.
I can hear it in your voice. Get some ice cream and cake so we can all have a virtual party or something. It's a celebration. I love y'all. Ryan, you too. It's a celebration.
It's one small drive for you and one giant leap for Clubhouse.
Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Maya. Come through. Come through, Maya.
Hey, Maya. I love it, bro.
Maya. Oh my God. Maya, you just had me to sit straight up in this bed. I was laying down. What the? Tell me one more time, Maya. What is it?
Bars.
One small drive for you, one giant leap for Clubhouse.
I love y'all.
Yes, I got to meet LT. Yo, when I tell y'all.
Mute Aaron's mic. Who could mute Aaron's mic?
Right, we need the moderator for the moderator, right?
Everybody leave quietly.
Right.
And let it just be me. And let it just be me and everybody in the room. We said because he rubbed it in, y'all. Listen, Aaron got out the car with the camera like, I gotta capture this moment.
Right.
So Aaron, I need to see what that camera, before you put that video out.
I sure will. You know it. OMG. Y'all, let me tell y'all. Okay, so, the thing for me in this experience, and I just got to reiterate it, and we jumping right into the conversation. Goodness gracious. When I say full circle moment, when I say moment of manifestation, when I say that when you're a person that you know what you know, and you never doubt it, so you know that shit. But at the same time, when it finally manifests itself, when you're like, I set this out with knowing that this is not only possible, but I've already manifested it. And then you keep watching the stages of it. And when you're a secular humanist, and when the most important thing to you is the importance and the well-being of the human being and human people, then moments like this are absolutely amazing. And when monumental things like this happen in life, I am never ever surprised, but I'm always amazed. I've done this from 2008 on YouTube with doing that, building an audience of over 70,000 on there and a global audience, an email list of 10,000. I jumped on Facebook 2010, got all my peeps on there and the people I was serving. Then 2013, I created a group that went from 0 to 600 members. And guess what? At least 300 of them every single day was active on one conversation. Tell me where they do that shit at. And then I kept doing that through all the different outlets. And then along comes this thing called Clubhouse. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is three-way calling on steroids. This is the party line on steroids. This is the ability to meet people and to allow this turnaround time to be the fastest turnaround time. Because I don't have to wait on the text to get back and then respond back. I don't have to look at it and try to figure out the context or the syntax and all the other shit to figure out how to respond. I can literally hear the person's chuckle. I can hear their voice. I can hear their calm. I can help them to be calm. And I can meet these people. And so that's what happened yesterday. The first meeting, because I plan on meeting every person here in this room. I have an investment in you, and I have an investment in meeting you too. And so the first one happened yesterday. So that's why I say, in such deep clarity, I got to meet LT. I'm happy, y'all. I know, right? I'm gonna open my eyes. Now I had my eyes closed. If I opened my eyes and nobody was on the stage, I'd have laughed my ass off. Even if y'all popped out, came back in, I would have cried laughing. Like, yo, this is so fun. So yes.
And then y'all know that meeting Aaron, right? Aaron pinched me and said, "Wait a minute, it's really you? Like you're really a person?" I said, "Aaron, I'm a person." He must have thought I was a made-up character. He was like, "Wait a minute, like so you're really a person?"
Right. You're really real.
Person. It's easy to think that when you're on the app like this. this, and all you can do is hear people. It's like people can really be anybody. So
You know what, Edify? That's a great point. I just, you know,
could be anybody, really.
They could be catfishing out here.
Right.
They could be Clubhouse fishing or something. They could be anybody. So it's interesting to actually put a face, like even with watching y'all on Facebook or Instagram, it's like, oh, they're real people. Like, okay, like, it's not just voices. Like, they're actually real people. So
yeah, exactly. On that tip.
Free kids in the trench coat.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
I said actually free kids in a trench coat.
Myers.
You never know what's going to come from him.
You just never know.
Myers loosening up now, yo. Myers.
I know.
Myers fucking Iran.
Myers showing us everything right now. Myers was in the cut before, but Myers like creeping out the closet, like, yo, this is who I am, y'all.
He told y'all. He told y'all before. Right. That's what I say. He told y'all before. Right.
He was observing the room and saying, okay, can I show up as me? Yeah, you can show up as you.
And that's what I'm saying. He said it. He's like, once you get to know, he's like, yeah, I don't open up to everybody. Once you get to know me, and that's how I am too. I know that, like, so on that tip, I gotta say it like this. Oh my God, LT, what it be, LT? What it be, LT? What it be, LT? LT, what it be? Listen. Oh. Woo!
When I came through, y'all, I'm driving all the way to Charlotte.
Right.
And Aaron, like, we meet up, and he like, we talking for a minute. Then I looked at him and I was like, I would love to keep this going.
Right.
But if I don't start driving right now,
right,
I'm never going to get to Charlotte. So I was like, hey, Aaron, call me. We could talk on the phone while I'm riding. I got 6 hours before me. Right. So Aaron did make sure we stepped in the room with, I got to see a little bit of Coco. Eric, I didn't get to see you at all, so I'm going to watch the replay because Pam recorded it. But y'all just showed up and showed out. Pam was so overwhelmed by y'all. So that was amazing. Like, she was really like, I'm so overwhelmed. Like, she said, my Clubhouse family just showed up and showed out. I said, come on through, Clubhouse. Listen.
We sure did.
I think, yeah. So I got to see a little bit, and then I just rolled out, and then Aaron called me to check on me, make sure that I was rolling, and I rolled on.
You did, but
LT, I got like 2:30.
I gotta tell you, LT. I gotta tell you though. I'm mad at you. I am mad at you.
What'd I do?
Because I did not get. No, wait a minute. I gotta change my voice. I gotta say this in the kid voice. I'm mad at you. I'm mad because you didn't give me my. I got home safely text. I didn't get it.
Oh shit!
I didn't get it. No. I don't hear it. I'm mad. Wow.
I was trying to stay awake. Listen, and then if you look at all my posts on Facebook, I was so hungry, y'all. I didn't even stop to get nothing to eat. I'm like, who drives this far and can't go to sleep? Because I can't sleep when my stomach is empty. I can't sleep.
Right. I feel you on that.
Do I go upstairs and start going to Angela? You know, making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Right.
So it was just weird. And so I remember I had a bean pie from up there that traveled with me.
Yes.
Since, so I was like, you know what, let me just get a little bit of this with some water. Maybe these Navy beans will
yeah, maybe yeah, right. They'll swell up in you at some point,
Yeah, so
swell up all in you.
I don't think I went to sleep until about like 5.
Right. Oh, I know this, LT. Let me tell you how I know this, LT. Because of a little thing called the Clubhouse grapevine. And the Clubhouse grapevine is when you go to the ping section, they show you how many hours ago people's asses were on this app. Look, that's a comment for the people in the back. In fact, I want to say hello to Melody, Theo, Angela. Auntie Gina is in the building. Truth for Life. Amanda, JD, Abina T. This is a Clubhouse tip. We're taking a moment for a Clubhouse tip. If you ever want to be anonymous and be MIA, then don't go on Clubhouse within reason of the time you would like not to be seen, because it will show that your ass was on there 3 hours ago, and you won't be able to lie about that shit. And this one.
That's how I found out that Angela is in a conspiracy room. the conspiracy room.
Tell it.
Sam is in the conspiracy room. I'm looking
Tell
like,
that business.
and then I'll text all of them and go, why y'all still?
What?
We in the conspiracy room. I'm like, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Get your ass.
This is how we fell asleep with it in our ear.
Right.
Conspiracy room.
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah.
11 at night to 7 in the morning. Look, Angela just got off and came downstairs.
Yeah, I seen that room, and I knew. I was like, yeah, this is going. You talking about the one where it's like true or false? Like it basically like all shit. Like you know, you talking about that room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about facts or something.
Yeah, facts or false, right?
Yeah. So listen, this has been a beautiful experience, and it's winding down. So I have to go visit True for Life, so I can get higher than the giraffe's pussy.
That's it.
And then go over to Karen's as well. So those are some of my rounding out thoughts for
Yes.
You know, for now.
LT, you've been.
It's time for me to go home.
I was just about to say, LT, you feel like to me like you've been on that Tribe Called Quest shit. We on a war tour. You've been on a tour.
Yes. I done been. Let me tell you, I done been to Baltimore twice because you know I came through and came back up, and then Charlotte, and
right.
I only went to a couple of states, but it just seems like I've been with a lot of folks. You know, I did go see my auntie who's 92.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to go see Aunt Rosalie and go get some fish, and so we had a little fish to eat. And then I was like, I gotta go.
Right.
Some of these stories. I'm like, I'll call you on that.
Yeah.
I'll FaceTime you.
Because I remember the time.
Oh yeah, she repeated the same story like 3 times.
Right.
Over that fish.
Yo, let me tell you this. Hold up, let me tell you this. Because this is my dad too. And I know this shit is not Alzheimer's at all. Because I'm with my dad. I know. Yo, after a while, it's really more so for them. They really just, it's nostalgia, you know, it's so beautiful. They just enjoy like the good old days and the good old story. And they tell it as if they never, like they reenact the whole shit. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna be a good storyteller too. At least I'm starting now, so I don't feel so bad. I'm old now.
Hey, Ron, been around your father too long.
Too long.
I told us some of these stories in here in the Clubhouse, right, y'all? Hey, Ron will give us a replay.
Right.
Hey, I just want y'all to know, I got this quote. So, yeah, we heard you've been around your father too long.
Too long, yo. Oh, man.
All
and I know that I got people like Melody, who I've never met before, and Amanda, who I don't think so either. Auntie Gina, why you still hanging down there? Well, you know we gave you your cue, because honestly, I have never... There she go.
She higher than the...
That's why, right.
It's too early in the morning.
It's too...
You high?
I am not there yet. Let me tell you, I don't know what happened. I woke up late. Well, you know.
Oh, that's your grandson.
Right.
Yeah, he got dropped off this morning. You know, I was up late, shot up, because I forgot to take the garbage out. We know, you know.
Yeah.
So I got the garbage out at like 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock in the morning, and then went back to bed. I was out. I was in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what comes to my Auntie Jana about this whole garbage can thing? Being in California, when I hear it, I'm not always appropriately dressed for sleep, like, you know, to be up and running out. And I'll be running out, and I'll be looking around like, they want to say, hey, Miss Parker. I am not appropriately dressed.
Yo. That's so cool.
I was like, hey, Miss Parker.
Right. And LT, you do have that look too. You do have that look like, hey, Miss Parker.
I went outside to water the plants, and I'm looking like, wait a minute, you don't really have inappropriate clothes. I know my mailman be happy. A box full of mail.
Right.
He put your mail in your hand.
Right.
Sometimes,
here you go.
because you know what, that whole feel of California, when you out there, that's what you feel like.
Right.
You feel like somebody gonna jump out with Smokey and sitting on the porch, even though your porch ain't like that, but you just be like, yeah, okay.
Let me tell you.
I always have a Miss Parker moment when I'm out there.
Let me tell you, LT, if it were me, right, let me tell you how this would advance. If this were me, And imagine every time I say this is day 1, day 2, day 3. So day 1 would be like, hi. Day 2, hi. Day 3, hi. Day 4, hi. Day 5, hey. Day 6, hey. Day 7, hey. Day 8, hey. So
that little boy that keep calling mom.
right. Coco was just telling me about that shit.
I would choke you for that. Don't you do that.
I'm just saying, look, if the mailman, if all of a sudden your mailman goes from hi to hey, like, you know, LT.
No, you know what's funny? That's what it is.
Confirmation.
Like, hi. Now it's like, hi. I be outside walking my dog Toby and he's like, hey, you got a new puppy. Like, I'm like, let me find out.
Yo.
Now you're making me think about where he's sitting at when I'm putting.
Hey, look, here's how you know when it really has hit the climax. Pun intended, right? Here's how you know. When he gives you, I know, when he gives you this one, then you know. Hey. Hey, yo, when he give you the triplet, the hey, like, yo, you know.
Wait a minute, you better not come by and say, what up, though?
What up?
He gave me a flower, like, wait a minute, from Detroit.
Right.
Look, Etta, but I gotta go ahead, Eric.
No, what I was gonna say is also watch out for the 3 to 5 second rule, and I'm about to break some man code.
Go ahead.
And the brothers in the room, all the brothers, Maya too. Well, so what you do is after you walk by, after you say hey, 5 seconds later,
turn around.
You need to turn around because he's probably checking you out from the back.
I did that. I'm telling you, I don't know if I knew the man code or not, but I've been able to like walk past him and then be like 5, 4. Right? He just stopped putting the mail in the box. So he's watching me. Like, I get it, but I want to tell Etta that what up though is such a Detroit thing, man. Because I was in a room and somebody was like, "What up though?" I said, "Oh my God, Etta, what Etta?" I said, "You must be from Detroit." So yeah.
It literally is a Detroit welcome. That literally is. It's on T-shirts. It's whole brands. What up, though? It's everywhere. Like Detroit, yeah.
Let me tell you.
I'm gonna change my picture. I gotta find this picture real quick and then y'all can PTR and then I can show y'all. But yeah, it's literally a Detroit saying. Like it is.
Let me tell you something. I tell you, I love learning new things every day, and I'm fascinated to learn that. My thing is, I'm gonna be the most biased Detroit liking people because I'm gonna be mad. I ain't gonna want nobody else to say it but you, Edify. I'm gonna be mad. Like, yo, what? Nah, say something else. I don't want to hear you say that because my favorite person to say it is Edify.
Yeah, I thought she was actually in the room when somebody said it, and I was like, "Oh, that ain't Etta. But she must be from." And then I said, "You from Detroit?" Because my sister Etta says, "What up, though?" So she said, "Yeah, girl, you know Detroit's in the house."
You know it.
Yeah. So, but I was looking for you. It was like a little scary because I thought that was an Etta thing, and I was like, "Wait a minute, no. I think the whole Detroit says it now." So,
I think Etta should change your name to Sexy Flag. To Sexy Flag. Sexy Flag. And she's all that in a bag of chips with a coconut lime on the side. Let's say that. Some of these women up in here make me think I want to switch to the other side. You know what I'm saying? I think long and hard about being a lesbian, but I just can't get past the long and hard part.
The long and hard part? You know, it's just, listen, some things we can't say on the morning show. You got to make this accountable.
Oh, yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can.
Giraffe pussy? What was that? Okay, I should have known.
And look, every time.
I triggered me up this morning. I'm sorry, but I had to.
Look,
it only when certain people get on the stage, and I think the ones that you see, Karen, whenever you see all of us on the stage together, don't be surprised when we come out.
That's it.
Change the whole atmosphere of the room. This is my tribe. I love y'all.
And every time you all hear,
we just need permission.
That's it.
Ourselves. When we have permission, then we get just. I'm just like Maya, just start, loosening up some more. Once we get permission,
right?
Okay. Water says what's up. Then your man comes out with Eric and
Cookie dumpster.
Coco, Tantra Boys, and he hiding in the giraffe pussy all of a sudden, and then I can say a little bit. I ain't saying much, but I can say something now.
Y'all know I love this conversation. Y'all got me going. I'm just walking in circles.
Right. The cookie dumpster. The cookie dumpster who breathes his way into existence. He breathes.
Who was the man with the voice that came through here? Because I was a little nervous.
Oh, yeah.
For that one right there.
That's the homie. That's one of my good homies.
I'm glad the homie left because that was doing something.
I'll pull up and make this whole room vibrate. Make this whole room turn off.
Yeah,
right.
I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure
you and me both.
I'm pretty sure I have twins.
Coco, as soon as he took a deep breath, like, he did something that just sounded like his same voice. I said, wait a minute. I'm going to go back.
Look, she got choked up.
How
Yeah, right.
that deep?
Yeah, I was like,
Is it appropriate?
it was inappropriate. Like, we got to put up some rules.
Silly. He's been in here before.
Yeah, that's my homie. So let me
So
let me tell y'all who that is.
I think so.
Right. Let me tell y'all something hilarious. So that's my good brother. His name is Marcellus Bass. We call him Bassman here in Baltimore. And so he's my good brother. I met him on this station called 88.9 here. It's Morgan State Radio. And I've had a lot of affiliation. Well, he's had affiliation first with Morgan State Radio because he was a personality on there for years. And so in my coming up as a musician and artist, about maybe 10 years ago, I became affiliated with the station and started being a part of like some of their programming, even in being featured, myself and my band and these kind of things. Excuse me. So that's where I met Marcellus. And as soon as we met, we hit it off. We wound up being really cool friends from there. But what was real funny was one day, and I'm about to put it up on my Facebook timeline. I'm about to reshare it. I did an impersonation of him and how he sounds on the radio. Because this dude, when you're driving through Baltimore and other places where it was the radio station syndicated in that area, this dude's voice would literally shake and rattle the speakers in your car. Like, literally. And so I did an impersonation of it. I'm about to put it up on my Facebook timeline. Those that don't know what that was up.
Is that guy where you sit? You come in from Baltimore?
Yes.
Is that the guy?
Yes.
If I would have heard that on my way out, I would have turned around. I ain't even gonna lie. If I was at the exit, about to get on the highway, he said, "Are you coming into Baltimore?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm coming right." I was like,
right.
This morning I had to turn over a couple of times. Wait, who is this? I'm ready. He's more than a personality.
Right. Exactly. Look, she had a clear throat on that. Like, damn. No.
I just got under the cover a little deeper. Yeah. Some type of way, Coco.
I'm telling you.
I was like,
look.
I'm glad it gone, though. I couldn't take no more. I'm really glad it gone. Tell him I was one of the ones that wanted him out of the room. I hit the stage.
100%.
I think I'm glad he's married, too, because married men are very highly
beautiful.
Highly
Yes, beautiful. Just
aren't they unattractive?
Thank you for turning it off. Yeah. Thank you for turning me off. Because I was on.
All right. I checked out his ring finger. I saw a ring on it. I'm like, ew.
Lord. But there is a guy, okay?
Y'all are hilarious. Let me tell y'all are hilarious. Look, this is anybody who's hanging out with us. If you'd like to come up on the stage so we can say hey and good morning to you, so you can be a part of this funny and enlightening and hilarious and redonkulous experience in multiple ways, by all means, throw your hand up in the wave fashion. We'll say hey, Amity Renee, Angela, Amanda, JDT. And so I'll tell y'all, and I did it yesterday, did it the day before. Anytime something crazy happens on this show, don't be surprised if you realize and you hear, you're now listening to the AP Morning Show. Don't forget that, because I promise you, it's the stamp of approval. That's where we are. We're having so much fun here, and it's so much fun to have you all as you always add to this conscious experience. Yeah, let's say what's up to a few good people. Wait a minute, who we got here? Let's say what's up to Karen. And then, oh, you know what? Hold up. In fact, before we do that, I'm going to introduce this. And Eric, if you can, in a few minutes, bro, if you can grab that piece after we chop it up with Karen, I want to talk about and really round out this experience with talking a little bit more about what happened last night, with Pamela's MLK event. That was absolutely amazing. And a few of the people here participated, and it was yet another Clubhouse testimonial. We talked about it earlier a bit with Eric, but I want to definitely jump back there at some point in a few. But right now, before we do, we're going to make it do what it do and say good morning to, we're going to say good morning to Karen. Karen, let's say good morning to you. How you do, Karen?
Morning. How are you?
Yes,
How's
yes.
everyone here?
Everybody open up your mics. Let's say good morning to Karen.
Morning, Karen. Hola, people.
Hola, people. And I know, just for FYI, PTR, I know I jumped around a bit, but by all means, we're going to get everybody in. Karen, how you doing?
I am well today. I took a little break just for 24 hours from Clubhouse. That's as long as I could take.
Right. Before you start going through withdrawal.
Right. I needed to focus on some things and check off some to-dos. And I knew if I was on Clubhouse at the same time, I would be
wasn't going to do.
In a good way. Right. So I made myself be disciplined. But I'm back today, and I'm excited to be here.
Yes. I could imagine that your phone was itching, and it was just like, AP.
Yes, I thought about you, and I remembered something you said. I was like, I got to turn my notifications off, because even if I say this, if I don't turn the notifications off and I see an interesting room come up, I'm going to be on it. So I had to do that.
This is a FYI. Literally, after I get out of this room, I turn my notifications off until morning. And then I check in from time to time with people who I want to see what they're doing and what's happening. Like, you have to. You have to. First of all, and this is, again, what I always say, I have never deactivated any social media account. And the reason why is because I never get frustrated or constipated or any kind of aided with social media, because I don't allow myself to. Before it becomes overwhelming, I know how to unplug. Before it becomes overwhelming, I know how to take. Before it becomes overwhelming, I know how to take a fucking nap from this and that and all these platforms. And the only way you are going to ever have a successful long-term relationship with these here social medias, on these here internets, is to have your yin and yang, to take planned breaks from social media. We all need it. Y'all gonna know, because I'm gonna tell y'all ass, hey, y'all ain't gonna see me for a few, and here's why. And then you'll have other things to watch. I have other videos and that kind of thing. I'm always documenting, so I got a bunch of shit right now you can watch and just hang out. But my point is, know and have the best relationship that you can with these here platforms by intentionally taking breaks. And don't suffer from FOMO. The shit will be there when you get back. I promise you, people will still be yelling out here in these Clubhouse streets when you get back. It ain't going nowhere. Karen, thank you for knowing you and being able to give to you that.
My pleasure.
Isn't that good when you can say that about yourself? You're like, and thank you for knowing where to come.
Literally.
You know, and knowing where to come to get your fill up, Karen, as always.
No doubt.
Yes, so, we've been up here cutting a fool, and you hear all the topics we've been talking about. Is there anything that resonates with you this morning
I missed you guys earlier. When I jumped in, LT was finishing up her comments about making her way back to Charlotte. So I'm just looking forward to seeing my Who girl.
Yes.
And giving her that big hug that we both miss and need.
Yes.
LT and I always seem to be on some sort of synchronicity, serendipity. Yes. I don't know. We can't explain it, but we know it exists.
I think you just did.
To feel right, I look forward to feeling that in person instead of over the airways. And when I say airways, I don't mean phone, but airways in the air and vibration. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I look forward to feeling that in person.
OMG, 100%. And I love how you said that. Like I said again, you're one of my favorite people to hear speak, even in just meeting you. You know, I like how you said, I don't know how to put it. But synchronicity and serendipity. And I'm like, well, God damn it, you couldn't have put it better. Because that's
what it is.
That's what it is. That is what it is. OMG. You know, we're standing here in affirmation and accountability today. Yesterday, we had an amazing day. As we do always, just with all the serendipity, all the improvisation, all the fun that comes from this experience, and getting it all in 3 hours flat. It's amazing how much we get through. One of those things was that we talked about Dr. King. Not only that we all have a dream, but we're continuing to hear his ring. And in many ways, you know, there's a lot of things that you don't know about things when it comes to people who have done great things. And so I shared 10 things that has been really impactful about Dr. King that most of us didn't know, you know, many of us didn't know. And so it was a pretty awesome experience. And then we all went from there and had an amazing day. And I can imagine each one of us in our own way celebrated or held space or just held it in our hearts. Did you find yourself in that place as well yesterday, Karen?
Honestly, transparently, I was a bit detached, to be honest.
For sure.
You know, there were a lot of other distractions going on. Mm-hmm. Just, you know, things I'm thinking about my personal life. And then I did turn on CNN to kind of feel, I don't need to watch news every day. It's too much energy, but I do turn it on periodically because I'm a former journalist, so I want to know what's going on. I just have to strike a balance. So I kind of felt detached, but in a good way. I mean, I was okay with it. I knew the spirit of the day and recognition of it, and I felt that, but I didn't feel like I really missed anything by not participating in anything.
You said something, Karen. You said, I don't have to watch TV every day. I'm not one of those. Let me tell you, nobody needs to watch TV every day, especially the type of TV we're talking about. Because, again, the one thing I know is about psych ops. And psychological operations are very real. And so we were talking about it earlier. You can get desensitized, and your reality can be created for you right in front of you by what you tuned into. So you have to know that nobody needs to be in that 24-hour cycle all day long. It's not that much being informed in the world, because after a while, being informed turns into manipulation. And see, I'm a very sensitive person. Y'all hear that I got these bionic ears. I can hear when you got your mask on. I can hear like all kinds of things. And one of the things that happens in having a trained ear, you know, musically and otherwise, and communication and psychotherapy and all these things, I'm also very, very, very sensitive to intention. I'm very sensitive to tone and intention and gestures. So I can't watch TV because I can literally hear as loud as day the manipulation. I can hear when someone says like this in their voice because they want to make you all pumped up and stuff and get you right to the point because they don't want you to rest. I can hear that shit. I can hear when the person is like, the events that happened yesterday, they were so tragic, and the terrorists, and two seconds later, and the terrorists, and 5 seconds later, and the terrorists, and I'm like, fuck. I know what the power of repetition. I know the power of these things and what they do. And this is not just to keep us informed, it's to manipulate us too. So another thing that makes a whole lot of sense to me, Karen, is knowing now that you're a journalist. Now it continues to come together. A journalist, a person who puts one foot in front of the other in the best way, who's honoring herself, who speaks eloquently and loves and is kind. And no, I'm not reading from her bio. This is from my mind and what I've learned about her and just relating and exchanging. So yeah, I feel you, Karen. I so feel you. And like what I was chopping it up about earlier with Tamika, about who served in the U.S. military. So we were talking about some things that if you know, then you know, especially if you played a part in any way or if you've had a up close and personal look. So as a journalist, yep, I can totally understand, Karen. I can totally understand. And I can only imagine what you see when you look at these expressions or when you hear news and these kind of things. You know, I'm a novice, but I just got sensitive ears. I can only imagine.
Yeah, I tell people who really know me that it's a constant balance that I have to walk between my professional self, which wants to hear and know everything, and my personal self, the empath who doesn't want to absorb everything. So I've learned how to manage that better than I did in my younger years.
Right.
So yeah, it's a challenge.
I get it. And the thing about that challenge is, it's also a challenge when I go to the gym and lift that same 20-pound dumbbell that I did yesterday. And by challenge, I just mean that it's resistance. That resistance is something that I accept because regardless of whether I accept it or not, that's just what the hell it is. That's life. And if I want to stay in shape with these things, both physically and mentally, knowing that this challenge is really just part of the practice. It's just a practice. And that practice going forward allows us to stay toned and stay up to par, stay in good shape emotionally and mentally and physically, otherwise. And it allows us to be able to stay mentally in shape, physically in shape up. And just continuing on that journey and that practice. I want to just say kudos to you, Karen, as always, for just knowing what you need and for walking yourself through your process gently, step by step, being gentle with yourself, all those things. And then, of course, for how it also affects me personally, just knowing you and hearing your story, and just how you show up in this experience. I just want to appreciate you as always.
My pleasure. I appreciate your words. That is a good validation for me. It feels good. Thank you.
Well, the other day I sung this song, and I'm not a singer, but it's right on time. So it feels good. Yeah. Anywho, on that tip, I'm gonna stick to my day job, hosting the AP Morning Show. Everybody, on that tip, let's say a huge good morning one more time in affirmation and accountability, standing with another good person who's always with us. Everybody, open up your mics. Let's wish Karen an amazing day or affirm an affirmation in any way. Wishing you the best.
Have a good day, Karen.
Have a great day, Karen.
Have a great day, Karen.
Have a great
Go
day.
do your thing today, Karen. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Listen, you can.
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you. You too. And for those that are hanging out, again in the audience, making this your background experience, once again, I say thank you. And to my computer that just shut down unknowingly and shut down my Facebook live stream, I say fuck you. As I open up a new window and jump back in with my Facebook Live people. And so if you enjoy this experience or any other of my Clubhouse experience that I host or hold space in what some would say nowadays is a crazy ass place, which I wouldn't know, because guess what I specialize in? I'm a professional at not being able to tell you the evening news. And what I mean by that is all of the hoorah. It's actually really good to not know about that shit at times and to not even be on it because you have no idea, because your ass wasn't there. You were in a moment of self-care, which is where I stay. And so I ain't out here in these Clubhouse streets. I might travel down like one block here or there, but that's just because I'm going to like LT's house, baby. You know, I'm going to Pamela's house. I'm going to Felicia's house, you know, filling the cup. I'm hanging out. I'm going to Coco's house. Like, I'm just saying, I keep my ass in the house. I'm protecting myself by all means. So if you appreciate anything that I do in this space and you want to help me to host and hold these spaces continually, then by all means, look at the information that's in my bio. And so on that tip, everybody, if you're in the audience, you want to come up, by all means, raise your hand. We would love to have you to say good morning to you. And on that tip, everybody, let's open up your microphone, open up your mouth, and let good words come out by saying good morning once again to the good brother, Meyer. Good morning, Meyer. How's it going, Bruce?
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Meyer! What's up, Meyer?
I'm also higher than giraffe pussy.
Cheers.
All mornings.
Cheers
That's
to
what it
you.
So that's the thing. How's everyone doing?
Bro, glad to see you as always.
As good as you.
Right.
Well,
Speak for yourself, Aaron.
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say. Because I was getting ready to toast. And y'all can't see me right now. In fact, I'm about to go live on FB Live again if you are hanging out with me over there. But I was about to give a toast to my roasters, to my Wake and Bakers, because I got my PAX 3 in front of me. This episode is brought to you in part by PAX 3, the only vape that I've used for the last year and a half because I haven't broken the shit and having to buy another one. And so I toast to all the Wake and Bakers.
the morning show is brought to you by marijuana.
Right.
The easiest way to ride.
There you go. Start your morning higher than giraffe.
Right. And for everybody else who doesn't partake, if you don't know, yeah, you know, people. Maya, what's happening, broski?
Oh man, I'm just happy to be here.
Yes.
The energy this morning. You guys are putting a smile on my face. I'm just hanging out, starting the day right. And
Yes.
yeah, nothing special today. I just want to show love to everyone and say that, you know, I'm always grateful for this spot and this space. And what was that? Sorry, something just fell in the background. Yeah, pretty much that's it. You know, just showing love to everyone and hoping everyone's having a great day.
Yes. Maya, we are definitely having a great day. And always appreciate you to show up and help us to have it that way. Broski, man, I'm still vibing off the verse you dropped the other day, bro. That's still up in my spirit, man. I can't wait.
Oh, shit.
I cannot wait for that single to drop. And if you all were not here the other day, the shit was hot. And don't worry.
Dude. Appreciate you.
How did I miss it? I missed it.
Oh.
Well, it's February 1st. It's dropping February 1st. So.
Woo. Yes, y'all.
Okay.
She sounds so happy. She's like, okay.
Right. Okay, I see how it is.
I guess I gotta wait.
Boy.
I love it. What they say that good things come to those who wait. And I'm excited as hell.
That's bullshit.
Right, that's some bullshit, right?
I don't like waiting either, Ed.
Yeah. Speaking of waiting, though, I guess that is one little thing I can't report.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you guys, but I just made the announcement that I'm going to be putting out a song at the first of every month this year, just to like stay on top of my shit.
Good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes. Let me tell you.
The others look like they ain't even working.
I'm not shit.
Let me tell you, Myra. That's a really good goal, man. Let me tell you something, bro. So, you know, the other day we were talking and I was like, Myra, you know, there's certain people that I come across who I can relate to on multiple levels. Not only because of what we have in common, but also even in the things that we're building, you know, in our own respective lives. And one of the things that I said to Myra was like, you know, I try to help people like with anything that I can, whether it's words of affirmation, whether it's some content that I made that would help them, like whatever it is, business advice, consulting. So one of the things I told Myra was that I think that my journey would help him in just what he's building for himself from a perspective of what I built as a music business and being able to go full-time as a full-time musician and artist at 21. It's been 17 years now. And so I told him to just, if he just looked at my journey, if he looked at the footprint that I put on the internet in the form of Fruition Music, and that's the second line in my bio if anybody wants to check it out. If you look up Fruition Music, I was telling Meyer, if you study every aspect of this model and all the places where it is, all the crevices in the internet, that all, you can use in that way. So Meyer, I want to tell you something else about that journey, bro. I always talk about how I put 2,000 videos on my first YouTube channel, and it was the same thing that I'm doing now in doing 2,000 expressions of a morning show, where it's just continuing to duplicate a thing that's bringing value over and over and over and over and over and over. And I built that from 0 to 6 figures in 5 years, and that's my quote unquote claim to fame, as they say. But I say that to say this, bro. You're releasing a song a month, and I want to affirm you on that, and the benefit of consistency and commitment with that. At some point, bro, in the years of 2014 to 2015, I was releasing an album a week. Now, I wasn't doing, bro.
That's crazy.
And here's why I tell that story. Not so much at all like in a competition kind of thing, but bro, what I did was I found like the most efficient way for me to get out of my own way and to allow the shit to just play figuratively, literally, and play itself out. And I found the most duplicatable expression. I did that because I knew what I had, and I knew how much of value it would be, and I wanted to keep myself consistent and benefit off of that, the reciprocity and the abundance that just goes along with having a heart like that and just a need to express in my own way. And bro, I did that, and that's when my everything literally took off. What it did was the consistency really fed my people, the people who I was their cup of tea. So you're about to really, really benefit from that, bro. And I'm gonna be here as your accountability partner, like every month, to just keep on cheering you on, keep on grabbing your song, keep on sharing it with everyone that I know, allowing you space here to be able to share. Because number one, I care. Number two, because of the fact that I know what consistency and commitment in that way will do. And I want to be on that journey with you. So, bro, 100.
I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you.
100. 1,000, in fact. 1 million. Because I really mean that.
1 million.
1 million. 100%. So, yes. Thanks. And as always, bro, thank you for your presence. And thank you for hanging out and knowing where to come to get your morning fill up, bro, for the day. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody.
Ooh.
Everyone has a great day.
Oh, Maya. Good morning. Have a great day, Maya.
Have a great day, Maya.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, bro. I'm getting where you at too, by the way. All y'all ain't alone.
That's up.
Yes.
Stay on that treadmill.
You know what, Auntie, man, I can't do right now.
I'm proud of it because I'm not doing it. I'm living vicariously.
Look, you over there. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead. Yeah.
Right. Root you on. Oh my God. I love it. I love it, fam. And so this is exciting, everybody. As we come up on this 10:30 hour, 10:32 to be exact, I'm not gone anywhere. I'm here. I'm going to hang for at least another 20 to 30 minutes at least to the 11 o'clock hour. What I want to do now, number one, I want to make sure I say good morning to everyone. So good morning to Juana. Thanks so much for hanging out. And if you want to come on up here on the stage so we can say good morning to you, by all means, come through. Just go on and throw your hand up. Of course, we will bring you on up just to say good morning and just affirm you on a wonderful and productive day today. And if not, continue to keep hanging out and just enjoying your experience. And so yesterday, we, in our different forms, we took a moment, we had a thought, we had an entire experience, we hosted an experience, we attended an experience, or it was just in our experience, just continuing to ring through history. The concept of having a dream, the concept of Dr. King and all that he stood for, all that he stands for, and all that we stand for. Because honestly, the reason why his message rings and rings and rings is because it's really all of our message to some degree. You know, we're pushing forward for ourselves individually and for others that's around us collectively, you know, our families, our friends, our associates, our affiliates, everybody. So I partook in several experiences yesterday that related to the dream and to the ring and the ringing of it continuously. And it started out with the AP Morning Show, and we chopped it up, held space like we did, had fun, loved on each other. And then, the end of the experience, I brought up 10 interesting things about Dr. King's life that we may or may not have known. And there was a lot of people in here that it was good information for. From there, I did a vision board party, and I was the music for that experience. I actually was the undergirding for the entire experience, for the affirmations as well as the actual vision board session. It was amazing. And then ringing from there, I will go on to do an event with STAR, the STAR organization, which stands for Sisters Together and Reaching, here in Baltimore. It was a Zoom event, and I was backed by popular demand as a piano artist, and with my concept called The Serenade. If you want to know what The Serenade is, all you have to do right now is click on my Instagram link in my bio, and then click the top link in my Instagram bio. It's The Serenade Volume 12, and it'll take you back through that entire experience. And so I got a chance to do that, and that was deep. Oh my God, that was deep. It was recorded, so I'm going to put it up on Facebook and YouTube today. But then beyond that, after that, I got to have a nightcap with my beautiful friends from here in this ecosystem. People like Pamela, people like Coco, people like Eric, people like LT. And we got a chance to hang out to celebrate MLK in a very unique way. In poetry in motion. So I want to take the last part of this experience, and I just want to reminisce on that. I want to celebrate that. I want to chop it up about that because I don't take that for granted. There was so much that came out of that, and I found out this morning more than I knew how much I had to do with that experience and the people in it. So on that tip, first I want to say good morning to Pamela. And everybody, let's say good morning to Pamela.
Good morning, Pamela.
Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, Pam.
Good morning, Sister Pam. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Pam.
Pam, I am, as she would call herself.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that's all good.
No, I'm up being quiet. I'm in the other room now because my husband be like, you be up talking loud to your friends. I talk loud. So, oh my God, I was texting LT during the experience last night. I was so overwhelmed. I was choked up, really, that you guys came through for me. I mean, you in the audience, and we had Coco, put it down, man. Eric, Chandra, man, Miss Tina was even there. I saw her in the audience, like, oh, man. People said, I was in another room where they said people aren't building real connections on Clubhouse. I'm like, it's because you're not connecting with real people.
That's it.
But I just want to thank you guys so much. It meant a lot to me. You guys made the event, because if I didn't ask in this room a week ago, because literally the students were like, I don't know if they're on protest, because normally all the students, be at these kind of events. I was like, what is going on? But it turned out perfect, and everyone's talking about it. We had 106 registrants, and at one point, 89 guests.
Yes.
So that's great turnout. Our first event, just like this, we did a homecoming one, but our little group is doing some stuff. We're making care packages for students that have food insecurities and all kinds of stuff. Our Black and brown students, because our school is expensive. It's predominantly white, so we try to come in. We're just trying to make sure we support them and make them feel welcome. And so, I appreciate you guys. Once again,
Thank you.
Let me tell you this, Pam. If I had not known yesterday that it was the first in that space, I would not have known, because it was, when I came in, there were already 60 people in there, and the amazingness was already going on. It was so beautiful. It was so not only well orchestrated, because see, I know how these things work. I mean, I've put together everything from small events all the way up to, you know, large festivals with vendors and that kind of thing. What I appreciated was not only what was put together, but what came together in the moment. So just seamlessly, with just the serendipity and the flow and the intention and all the good positive energy that was there. At one point, like she said, I counted myself 80 people, and I was like, this is so amazing. And the expression was amazing. I was glad with how succinct it was, time wise. Like, it was just absolutely beautiful, and it was fun, and it was amazing. Oh my gosh! Kudos to you, Pam, and not the little team, but just the team, because y'all doing things, and they're big things, even with small numbers. All it takes is a couple people that just care enough to be able to go forward and take that step. And for that to be the first one, it's the best yet. And it's the best. The best is yet to come.
We're gonna put you on program next, Aaron, and you can play some music. I thought about it as I was there. Like, dang, his sound always comes through so clear. He could have been the background note man. So yeah, I know y'all have a lot on your plate, but just know, my friends know now. You guys are all on the radar. Coco, Eric, and Aaron.
You got me.
They gotta be LT, but we always have speaking engagements and Black leadership forums, and I mean, in my day job, I do that too. Like at this university, I'm now over events and outreach for my unit, graduate and professional. So when I put on stuff, I'm work y'all in that. I mean, we put on some big things too. So so happy that I know you guys. My life is better for it.
Jill Scott put it like this. Jill Scott said, she said, "You know that you got me." And Erykah Badu wrote that. And Jill Scott sung it. So yes, you got me. All you got to do is say the word, and I'm there. I'm so there. So there. So in that experience, you know, there were a couple people that were here, and I just want us to all kind of converse and share. So, you know, in this next flow, I just want you all to just kind of, you know, be free, because I want to talk about this thing. You know, there were some amazing presentations there, and the thing I loved most was the diversity in the presentations. I love that. And to hear, you know, to come in on Sanahata Amachandra, letting freedom ring through letting her voice lift up and sing and leading everyone. Oh, it was amazing. You know, and then the flow from there to the brother that told the story, the brother before him, I forgot his name, had the gray shirt on, but he brought the bars. And then the guy after him, he did a, you know, if I could speak to Dr. King, like, you know, what I would ask him, what I would say. And it was so from the heart. It was so beautiful. And then Coco shared, and OMG just took us through an experience. Like, whoa. I opened my eyes like, whoa. Like, I felt like I just came out of a dream that explained so many things to me. And the good brother Eric, and I perked up for him because he made me feel good with what he read and about being a man. I'm like, man, it made me proud to be not only a man but a good man, you know. And everybody else that just shared, you know, and then going out singing "Happy Birthday" to Dr. King. It was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So I just want us to just converse about that for a few. Coco, did you enjoy yourself? You know, what was it like for you yesterday, if you're there?
Yeah, excuse me. It was phenomenal, Pam. I just want to say that you made my dream come true, and I didn't say anything at first because I was, you know, kind of still in shock. My dream is to get into the U.S. market and speak to colleges and universities. I have had that dream for years, but I've had a lot of responsibility here in Toronto, Canada, and have not been able to come to the U.S. the way I want to. And I've been dreaming. I mean, when I came to Washington, and I went to Howard University, and I thought, you know, it's got to happen. And I'm unapologetic about my decisions to stay here and to care for my son when he was sick, and now keep helping with my daughter and my grandchildren. And I've been putting my dreams on hold for very good reason. But yesterday, part of my dream came true because of what I got to do at the university. And it may seem so small, but to me, it was huge. And I'm just so grateful to you, Pam, for inviting me and for giving me that space. And then on top of that, to be able to share my son's poem, because I know that just before he passed away, when he was on his way to the U.S. He had a manager, and they were going to go on tour with his first album, and he was going to bring spoken word poetry to the U.S., and part of the tour was going to be going to colleges and universities, and I was like, yes, baby, I'm going to support you. I wanted him to live that dream, and he was like, and so, it was moving for me and powerful for me to be there and be in that space and share his poem, and which is his signature piece. I can't thank you enough for the opportunity and for me to be able to be here in my living room and still be caring for my daughter and my grandbabies and be traveling and be speaking where I've always wanted to speak and to share my son's music, my son's poetry. So I'm overwhelmed, as you can tell. I'm already talked up about it. And so thank you, Pam, and thank you, Avon, for he coached me on how to share the poem. I was on the phone with him about an hour or so before I went on, and it was practicing with him because it's emotional, and my son has a flow with his poetry where he says the poems like 10 times faster than I can, right? Aaron's like, no, Coco, do it your way, flow the way you need to flow, it's all good. And he, and I thought if it wasn't for Aaron, I would be on Clubhouse. He's been coaching me for 500 days on just walking me through this journey of mourning in beautiful places and that kind of thing. And then, I got some feedback from Eric, like, go ahead and sit. He sent me a text afterwards. So I felt really supported and loved and appreciated and powerful and in purpose. And so, yeah, man, I am absolutely thrilled. Thank you for giving me a chance to share that, because my heart, and then I didn't even know the LP was in the room, and I heard it, open your mouth and let words come out. I'm like, and so, yeah, I feel for people who are not in this space and who don't understand, but we gonna get bigger, and I think we're establishing a core group of people that are really going to be able to do some big things and minister to this Clubhouse world that we're starting to call home. But yeah, I appreciate you, Pam. I am.
Yes.
Thank you so much for making one of my dreams come true. I appreciate you.
100%.
Thank you. You know how honored I was. Did you see the comments? I know you weren't.
I did.
A chance to read them.
Woo.
They were lit.
Woo.
You touched everybody, man. You touched everybody. It was beautiful. Just beautiful. My daughter was going crazy. She was like, if you guys are in a Clubhouse, she's in a chat, you need to make sure you follow any room she has. I was like, wow, I forgot my daughter knows you now. Alyssa, Lou. So yeah, awesome. Thank you so very much.
I did see the comments, and I just got a phone call. What did you say?
The comments were lit. I mean, everybody.
Yes.
Crazy on over the poem. Oh my God. Everyone was just, I'm sure today we're all going to chop it up. My friends, we're going to be talking about you guys. Even afterwards, just the warmth of having a little after warm down with you guys. Man.
That is so true.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, thank you.
That's so true. That's so true. I literally, Coco, and I was literally thinking about it in the moment too. I meant to text you because I wasn't sure if you saw them, because and really particularly like right afterwards, I went back and I was looking at them as they were coming up at the bottom screen, but then I clicked on them and I was scrolling and all you saw was just like, wow, that was amazing. And they were repeating your lines. They were talking about like, wow. One person just literally wrote wow. Like they just wrote WOWOW like a million times. And it was like the love for what you were doing was so deep, and it was so felt. And it was really amazing. Because you took us through an amazing experience. You shared with us from your perspective, and as you were talking about the 5-foot post and how we could relate and the elephant, analogies, and And like I told you, the piece that you read from Jordan, to me, I was telling her, Pam, I said, the piece that she read and how she encompassed it, it sounded for me like a modern day king. Like it was so powerful. It was like a continuing to let this resound and sound in such a prolific and proficient way. So Coco, you really, really took us through, and something that you and I have been talking about a lot, and that is, an evocative experience in communication. You did that on multiple levels. We could feel you. We could feel the music that you had. We could feel your change of tone as you elaborated and accentuated different things. It was just really phenomenal. It was really phenomenal.
Thank you. Yeah, I have my son to thank for that. He was a prolific poet. He was an activist like Dr. King. In one of his videos, he was actually sitting talking to the mayor and on the city council, and he went off and I was like, who did I give birth to? I know who I did. I know who I gave birth to. But he had, he wrote over 500 poems, and 3 months before he passed away, he wrote over 300 songs and recorded about 60 or 80 of them in the studio. And so I was like, thank you, Jordan. You made Mama look good. You take care of me. And I can't wait to share more of his work. We're going to be releasing his book. Of course, right. He released his first album already. So yeah, I guess I could take credit because I gave birth to this genius, but then to be able to, to flow with his words and my flow, it was beautiful. So
yes.
Man. So I'm gonna start crying up in here. I have to get back.
It's all good, Coco.
Sister Coco, real quick, I just want to say that we love you. We love you so much. We love you.
Yes.
And we appreciate the fact. And we appreciate the fact that you opened yourself up so that we can partake of all the greatness and the magnificence that you and your son did. Man, words can't express it. Thank you, sis.
Oh, you make me cry.
Such good. Such good. Such good always comes out of this experience. And we're living life together. And that's the thing that I've been so happy about, to create whole space and just be a part of, my daily life for the past 17 years now. And so I'll continue to do it. And this is the reason why, because it really does feel good when you can be loved on by people who mean it even before you even meet them. It's deep. It's amazing. And that's what I love about these connections. That's why I support this platform, and I support the positivity of using this in the right way and being in the right damn rooms. Because that's the thing. You get to create and curate your own experience. And honestly, I'm going to say this personally to you. Yes, you. If you have a bad experience on this app, it's because of you. Because I don't have a bad experience, but it's because I stay out of places where I really just don't need to be, that don't serve me. One of the funny things that happened on Sunday was at the end of the 5M fellowship experience, and for those that don't know, you can look at my bio. The information is there. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I hold space here in an experience called the 5M Fellowship. It's music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, and mantra. 2-hour chop up where we hang out. I play music, I play the piano, I share on a self-care tip. We chop it up about, not self-care tip, a self-care topic, and we chop it up about that. And so one of the things that happened was we had a beautiful one this past Sunday. OMG. Like, I could go 2 weeks off of just the healing that we had on Sunday. And so after that, at the very end of the experience, I was just like, yes, and so let's take our last breath. Now, be careful out here in these Clubhouse streets. I don't want to hear you going over to some other room and then you go from here to being all triggered and shit. Like, be careful out here in these streets. And so all I'm saying is that that's the thing. You have to be careful, full of care around yourself when it comes to this space. And so that's why I love creating this safe space for people that can hang out, not feel like the intensity that they feel in other places, and really feel loved on and cared for, because it's real here. It's real. There's nobody in this room that would be allowed in this room if they were not real. And that's real. And so I want to thank you, Eric, for that. I want to thank you for
My brother, can I make a quick suggestion?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I know you wanted me to do my thing today, but is there a way that, and I don't know how your show is structured, so I don't want to tell you what to do, but
okay.
I would love to be able to present with the other people that are part of this room and just making an experience. I think it would be an amazing experience, my brother. And
I feel you.
I don't know how we do that. Maybe we do that in another room or something. But
well, here's the deal. First,
I think that would be dope if we could.
100%. First of all, thanks for asking that. Because I 100% agree with you in the sharing. Right now probably wouldn't be a good time because one, Coco's at work and she's managing a few things. And who else do we have? Who else shared here that's there?
No, not right now.
Oh yeah, in another space.
I know you
100.
Yeah, because I know
100.
We get to your time and we want to respect your time, and I think if we share that, my brother, it's something that we got to breathe in. You know what I'm saying? It's
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Thing, you know what I mean?
Oh, I got you, no doubt. Yeah, and that totally works. In fact, even with like you said, with what I asked you, if that feels better for you and it works, by all means, because yes, I would love to have another room where we just share. So yeah, that 100%. If that works for everyone else, 100%. And bro, specifically you, if that works better for you and feels better for you, 100%, bro. No doubt, no doubt, bro. Thanks for asking, bro. It really means a lot, man. Really appreciate you. Yeah. So, bro, I wanted to actually come to you and even just chop it up with you just for a couple minutes, bro, about your aspect of that. I mean, not your aspect, but your feelings about that experience. I mean, I know we started talking about it earlier, but I wanted Coco to share. And if you have a few minutes, bro, I'd love to chop it up with you and just from the ground up, man. Just see like what that experience meant to you and how you experienced it. From your lens, from your angle.
Yeah, it's everything that I write, and whether it's poetry, short stories, whatever, it's always been from a place of trying to understand and heal. Yeah. Because I've had some bumps like we all have, and right. Some things that I just ask why, why. Right. And I believe art and expression is a way for us to not only express what we think and how we feel, but also it answers those questions, right? When we put it out there and we express it, then what we get back is sometimes the answer to those things that we need. I had my heart attack 7 years ago, and I got in shape. That wasn't a problem. I'm an ex-athlete, easy. But my mind was tore up from the flow up. I mean, I was out of it, and I tried to anesthetize it with work. Right. But I was, I probably caused a divorce. I wasn't good with my boys. I was just all over the place. And the only thing that brought me back was the pen and the pad. Yeah. So what I shared was exactly what I was feeling. And it was a combination of the things that I've been through all my life and I had seen. And stuff that most people had only seen on TV, but I actually saw in real life. Right. From the beatings, from the, all that stuff. I saw it. And when the opportunity came to present on that day of all days, right, it was a release. And it seemed like that final release, that it was like the final brick of the dam, and that went down, and now the floodgates are open, and I'm flowing like never before. So that was something that just opened me up to a ton of possibilities, a ton of opportunities, and also just a ton of amazingly beautiful friendships. So that's what that meant to me. And then to see all those young people online, breathing that in, right, and partaking and learning from the sages, right, what I mean? Right. And earlier we talked about legacy, and man, it's not just talking about it, but it's being about it. And last night we were definitely being about it. So Pamela, thank you for that audacious honor of being able to present.
my group's president is in the audience now, Joy. She's up with us. Hey, Joy.
Wow.
To the stage. Is it okay if she comes there?
Yes, it's totally okay. Joy, if you would like to come up, by all means, first of all, thanks for hanging out with us. And if you would like to come up with us to hang out, say hey, and we want to say hey to you, by all means, you can raise your hand. And if not, by all means, thank you so much for being here with us. Hey, Pamela's friend, Joy. I love meeting people's friends and family, you know. So, yes, Joy, by all means, if you'd like to come up with us, you can definitely do so by raising your hand. Eric, wow. 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 That's really all I can say. Wow. I mean, not really though. I can say more than that. As my mom said, I can go. We can go. Can't we, Eric? We can go.
For sure.
For sure.
That was powerful.
Yes.
I have watched, as a next door neighbor to the U.S., all of those things, and to be able to witness close up and personal that struggle, it's a beautiful thing. And I just want to honor everybody in this room, and for those of Eric, man, that is deep. And I look forward to having a room. I think you should host a room that talks about that for Black men, and the struggle, and the heart attack and the race attack, and the that's happening, and to have those conversations through art, right? Art that heals the heart from men who've had heart attacks or something. I don't know, that's obviously too long a word, but the idea of taking that expression and unapologetically healing your own heart, witnessing what was happening internally and then what's happening externally, and being at a place now where you lead. I think that's a beautiful kind of thing and I know you guys can come up with the title, but man already heals the heart or something like that, and obviously as a woman I'd want to be there to support, but that's beautiful because it's healing. My son Jordan had a project called the Self-Care Project. He talked about how important it is for men to self-care when he got really sick, and I think because he went on that self-care journey, he stayed 3 years longer than what was supposed to, what he could have. So I'm in full support of that, and you helping other men with that journey, with sharing art and tears and triumph over those struggles. Because I heard in the poem, Eric, you talked about the fact that it was, the stake in I get emotional talking about it. I don't want to give away what your poem said, but it was powerful, from the police baton to the cross on the lawn. And so I encourage you to do that, create that space here on Clubhouse.
Thank you. That's why my company's called Express Your Perspective, by the way. So you just summed it up without me even saying it. So thank you.
Wow. So powerful.
Thank you so much, Eric.
Right. That's so powerful. And Coco, I want to thank you for that. Those really deep affirming words and ideas too. I totally am congruent with that. Totally do feel you in that. And Eric, I got your back. So, bro, I'm totally game.
I'm probably gonna work with you on that, bro.
I would love to, man. I would love to. So, yes, this is good space. And yes, that was such a good event. And again, my reason for reminiscing and for taking moments to make checkpoints and make markers is, first of all, because the only thing, since we know time is a construct, and we know that every 3 months here is a year on Mars. So boom. But we the only thing that separates our time, our experiences, and the only thing that separates our experiences are the moments and how we experience those moments and what defines those moments. So going from yesterday's moments to our sleep moments to these waking moments, and just continuing to reminisce about these moments, to me, is what it's all about. Because if you take the time, like my mentor always said, if you take the time after an experience to not just rush to something else, but to rest, to reflect, to rejuvenate, to reflect on that thing. That's how you really digest your food, get the most out of it, and be able to go forward. It doesn't make sense. Someone mentioned it yesterday. I think it was Tiffany 2 days ago. She was like, I love, and she was talking about this in the form of Clubhouse, but you can apply this to anything. She was like, I love how much information I'm getting. But she's like, I'm actually getting overwhelmed now because I'm getting so much information and I'm not applying it. Now I'm getting frustrated that I'm spending more time eating food than digesting it, basically. And so this was a way for us to just continue to digest these experiences and all that they have done to us and all that they continue to do to us. We continue to make amazing experiences happen together, one by one, moment by moment, and together in unity. So I just want to appreciate you all, family, and once again, on a great experience, and on continue to make greater ones. So on that tip, we're going to wrap up this experience, and I want to affirm everybody that's here to have an amazing day today. By all means, check out, any of the things I've mentioned here, whether it's the Serenade, Volume 12. Eric, I'm going to be watching your movie this week, bro, your 30-minute video, and I can't wait to be able to share in one of these experiences how it impacted me. Myra, thanks for hanging out, as always, brother. Thank you for affirming. Pamela, as always, and I'm excited about what happened yesterday. I'm excited for any part that I had in it. Like I said, you got me. I'm actually looking forward to participating in different things, musically and otherwise. Oh, Joy finally raised her hand. Let me bring up Joy. Hey, Joy. Say good morning to you. And T, thanks so much, brother.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, Joy.
Good morning. Hi, good morning. Thank you guys so much for joining us last night and for just lending your gifts. That was so wonderful. And it's so important to me as a leader to have our sages and our just to give that to our young people.
Right.
And they were just so they were feeling it just all the way. And I have my advisor sent me an email at 6:30 to say how he was moved to tears with your poem.
Wow.
And he participated in the slam with his whole family, and he was just blown away. So thank you so much. We have received nothing but positive feedback, and I welcome you guys to participate with us. We're trying to make some changes in the Redlands community.
For some that are here today on the stage, for being a part of the AP Morning Show. We stand here as accountability partners every morning, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We do some overtime when the reason and the rhyme are in season. And when we're flowing like this, continuing in accountability. I want you to have an amazing day today, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow or some other day as we stand together in accountability. So everybody open up your microphones. Let's all affirm each other on a great morning, and we will see each other very soon.
Have a great morning, everybody. Love y'all. Thank you.
Have a great morning. Love you guys.
I love you all.
Love you guys.
Yes,
Good one. We get on these people's jobs.
and as LT would say, I love you, and ain't a thing you can do about it. Everybody have a great day. Peace. Yes, yes. Tomorrow, same time, same place, still running the same race. call that accountability thing. Accountability thing. It's that accountability thing. And so I'm excited about this as always. I'm excited about the impact that I'm able to have in people's lives. One day at a time, one rhyme at a time, one line at a time. One time for your mind. Kicking it, oh so sublime. Flipping it. End of the video. Remember back in the day when you used to get the bonus track? Yeah.